Like eats it.
Man.
Wait, and I'm sorry, did you say it's the girl?
No, it's the boy.
Oh, it's the boy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Eats her panties, eats the crotch out of the panties. And it's so funny because she'll be like, I'll hear her go, son of a bitch.
That's crazy.
And she'll hold up her underwear and he's ripped holes in the crotch.
Wow.
I didn't know if that's a thing.
the dirty under? Not dirty.
It's
That's it.
stuff that's in the laundry.
So we've talked about this issue, and I had it with the cats going in and pulling out. Used tampons.
Well, they go in and get tampons.
Yes, they will. And so things like underwear, things that have now less so with the cats, and our dog hasn't done it, but I'm very aware of dogs doing that. There's something, whether it's a pheromone or whatever.
Is it because he doesn't touch mine?
No.
Is it just women?
Yeah.
It's just
It seems when I've ever
leaky
heard the
stuff
story,
or,
one time a cat, one of our cats marked on
it's a really nice way to
sweaty
put it.
underwear, but for the most part, it seems to be female.
Listen, my underwear gets damp,
Yeah.
from ball sweat and whatnot.
Yeah, but not
I mean,
vagina sweat.
But there's leakiness, I guess. I don't know.
They're not
man.
into ball
Come on,
sweat.
guys, don't you like ball sweat?
So my cat does the exact same thing, but it's the female cat. That's why I asked you if it was the female or the male dog. Yours is the male dog. My female cat. Well, so I'll take.
Does she identify as male?
She
Maybe
might,
not.
I don't know. No, so I'll take the laundry and I put it on, when I sort it, I'll put it on the ground and then throw it into the washing machine. We're back to laundry. And so when it's on the ground, if my underwear is there, she will dig through the pile of laundry, find my underwear, and nuzzle her nose into it.
Do you ever have them marking worn underwear?
No, but and listen, the poor thing, I don't, whatever, I don't know what she's doing, but I get so annoyed. I'm like, leave the underwear alone.
It smells like mommy.
Oh man.
But
Kitty likey.
But she's she's weird with, and it's only my underwear. She will go after the tampons. I have to put a tissue box. I had to get a trash can with a lid, and then I have to put the tissue box on top of the lid to weigh it down because she has figured out how to open the lid and go into the trash can.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's
Animals
super
do
fun
that.
when
Yeah.
you find that.
Okay, now it's a standard joke. The whole fish thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. It is.
Is there a little bit of truth to that?
There's probably something, maybe pheromonally speaking,
there's some-
that
Or does it
approximates.
just smell
Why?
like
Why aren't they attracted to your ball sweat?
sardines?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why aren't they? Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're getting calls. Let me go to Jen. Hi, Jen. Good morning.
Good morning, chicken pot, chicken pot, chicken pot pie.
I love it. What's up, Jen?
So I have a boxer now, but before her, we had another boxer who, over the 7 years we had her, I lost about 60 pairs of underwear.
All right.
It was Rocky.
She was
And,
the whole.
and female. Okay. So I wasn't sure if it was a male, gender distinction or not, but I guess not.
Yeah, and I mean, every Valentine's Day, birthday, or Christmas, my husband would get me a gift card to Victoria's Secret to replace all the underwear that I was eating. She would eat them whole, throw them up whole, poop them out whole.
So she wouldn't.
And we knew if she didn't eat her food that day, she got to a pair of underwear. We went through so many different hampers trying to find it. And
So
it was
let me
always
ask you
underwear.
quickly, Jen. Was eating the entire pair of underwear, not just eating the crotch out?
No, the entire thing. She would throw up multiple pairs
Wow.
at a time. And I could leave out an entire hamper of clean underwear, and she would never touch them. Only dirty ones in
That's
the
it.
hamper.
It's the same sort of. It's got to be the smell that's generated.
Yeah.
And it is
It has to
appealing
be.
to animals. Yes.
So Rook just eats the crotch out of it.
That is kind of kinky.
He's not playing around.
That's
He's just
totally
going-
kinky.
Yeah.
He's going right for what he wants.
Wow, Jen.
I know what I like.
Is your
My
dog's
boxer now doesn't do it.
okay?
So
That's
it's
what I was going to ask
weird.
if your boxer was still alive or not. But it's a different dog.
I just ate your underwear. I have another female boxer, and she doesn't do it. It was just my.
Adrian, I just ate the crotch out of your underwear.
Thanks, Jen.
I don't know what it is. Something
That-
about the smell. I can't help myself.
That's what boxers do, right?
I'm a
Right?
boxer. I eat your underwear.
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom.
That's kinky, Rocky.
Let me go to Sam.
That's why I like it. That's right. It stinks. It smells like fish. Anchovies. I can't help myself. I just had to fight Rook for your underwear.
All right, so we got Sandy on the line. Hi, Sandy.
Good morning.
congratulations, guys, on your numbers and your success with the camp out.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Sandy. All right, so what's your story? Same thing?
So a female shepherd mix all the crotches out of our underwear and leggings and ate the insoles of all our shoes except for my son, who was going through puberty at the time. And
All right. Let's pause for just a moment. You said our underwear and
all of them. Me and my girl.
but only the girls. That's my question.
Oh yeah, just the girls, but everybody's shoes.
Everybody. Okay. Well, that's a whole other.
That
got
makes
a foot
sense.
Fetish. Sandy's got a.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
we
dog.
came home one time for camping, and none of us had shoes left except for my son.
Okay.
That is so wild,
All right,
especially the eating the crotch out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, man.
So yeah, we don't know what to do about it. I mean,
Just
you
wear
try
crotchless underwear.
You try not to end up with laundry on the floor and put it in the basket.
You
He
gotta
can't
put it
get into the basket.
You just have to put it behind a closed door somewhere, you know?
Well, here's the deal. I say in the house, I tell people you are always running a liability if you have something that you've worn and you sweat in and you leave it on the floor. Just raise it up somewhere and you'll be okay.
Yeah. So we had the dog with the the feminine hygiene products.
Right.
So we had to. Well, I got a trash can with a lid on it, and then that idiot figured out how to lift the lid with his snout.
That's what they do.
So now we have
They're
to
creative.
we have to put it on top of the toilet, which I hate.
Right.
It's just aesthetically, it just doesn't look good. But you got to do what you got to do. Press, we have a giant wicker laundry basket that we use that I think you guys might have to employ that because it's so big that there's no way Rook would be able to get into it.
I'm gonna go Matt. Matt, you're on the air. Good morning.
Who would have thought bitches in a Hall of Fame? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it,
Yo,
bitch.
yo, Casey. Nope. He'll get into it. I had a Yorkie years before like cell phones, so like easy filming and all that.
Yeah.
Dude, my wife would keep her like stuff in the corner on the floor. He would like make love to her underwear.
Oh my God.
So he was like moaning. You go after him, he'd like growl, and he was like the nicest dog. Like he really loved those moist underwear. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, dear God.
I mean,
Moist panties.
yeah,
you mean.
the kind you'd have to wring out.
Oh yeah.
Kathy's two favorite
So-
words back to back.
Yeah, right.
Balls, they get a little sweaty, but they don't get moist.
Right.
Anyway, so
That's
my wife-
now you're quoting Walt Whitman.
This guy is spitting wisdom right now.
So she got a basket, a wicker basket. It was probably like 3 foot high. Dude, he jumped into the wicker basket. We couldn't find him.
He jumped into the hamper.
Yorkies can jump high. Yeah.
He got the basket.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
That is something.
Thanks, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate it, bud.
Jumping into the hamper.
Dogs
Preston.
are just horny, man.
Very much so.
Just horny.
Very much.
Well,
Dude,
and the Yorkies are obsessive. My sister-in-law had a Yorkie, and you guys might remember this, but remember he used to lick the bottom of the wall, like just above the molding, and he would go the perimeter of the room, no matter what house he was in, the shore house, their house at home, if they would bring him over to, her parents' house or whatever. And it was, it got so disgusting and it was so obsessive that there was a line. They'd have to paint their
Kathy,
living room
my
every so
cat
often.
Oscar licks above the stop, the door stop in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Licks the painted wall above that. He has a particular spot. I'm like,
So
what
weird.
in the F is
What's
with that
there?
snot?
I got 2 male dogs. One is fixed, one's not, and they both like hump each other.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
how come you didn't get the one fixed?
Because I wanted to make another one of them. I love them so
How's
much.
that going?
Well, I actually had a bitch for him, but wasn't able to make the connection. But I do have a bitch, a dame, if you will.
Wait, what do you mean they weren't able to
It
make
means
the
he
connection?
puts on a dog outfit.
It was just a matter of like we couldn't when
Get
she was in
together.
heat.
Reggie, I want to feel you.
I couldn't get him to her, and they have to meet and
And like each other.
and mingle a
And
little bit.
date.
I'm gonna bring him down to the Regal Beagle, and they're just gonna have a
The
have a couple
Regal Beagle.
That's where they mingle. I don't know. When I hear the word mingle, I just think of Regal Beagle.
Okay.
But anyway, Kathy,
You're gonna try again?
I have 2 male dogs, and they hump each other. And the one, Reg, with the balls, he will just. He like walks and humps at the same time. It's kind of like he's dancing a little bit.
Please get video.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to go to Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. You're on. Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's up, Ed?
I'm starting to get worried because I hear about all these females getting their underwear eaten.
Yep.
I have 4 female dogs, and they only touch my underwear.
Really?
Not my wife's.
Okay. Do they eat it or are they just sniffing at it?
No, I have a Great Dane, and she'll walk up, and the whole entire crotch is eaten out.
Wow.
Oh, my God. So 4 female dogs, they only eat your underwear. Is there a woman in the house?
Yeah, my wife's in the house. I have 3 daughters. Yeah.
All right. So, Jeremy,
Only me, man.
do you are you working out in these underwear? Is it leaving a lot of sweat?
I work construction.
Okay.
Do you ever dip your
Right.
nuts in Gainsburgers?
What about skid marks?
No, gravy train would be better.
Right, because it makes gravy.
Makes gravy. Yeah.
with the sweat.
What'd you ask, Case?
What about skid marks? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
dogs are.
I use wet wipes, man.
Okay.
Okay.
The
You're
guy,
good.
you sound like you're doing all the right things, but listen, when a Great Dane wants to eat your underwear, you let them do it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. The world may never know, Jeremy. You should do a sniff test. You should have your underwear and the ladies' underwear and lay it all out and see if they see if she goes.
Goes to town.
Yeah, all
Like a
right.
buffet.
Come on, Jeremy. Yeah. Ooh. Look what arrived
This
today.
is great. This is like country kitchen.
All right. Well, hang on a second. Now we're getting calls of this happening to men. I'll go to
Okay.
Connie. Hey, Connie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
I had a Rhodesian Ridgeback, 117 pounds, ate the crotch out of my underwear, my husband's underwear, my daughter's. But the funny story is he had a pair of gym shorts hanging on the back of the bathroom. He put them on, went to the gym. A guy came up to him and said, "Hey, dude, you're missing the whole ass out of your underwear." He hightailed it out of that gym and got home. And, yeah, he said, Con, I thought it was kind of breezy, and I didn't think too much of it. And the guy goes, "Hey, no ass."
Let me ask you, Connie, was he commando or did he have underwear underneath?
Yeah, he was commando.
Oh my God!
He was commando. Yep.
The dog ate the ass out of his gym shorts, and he didn't know.
And let me tell you, I told the screener, I said, I pulled more of my underwear and my daughter's underwear out of his behind when he would walk him. He would poop out a pair of underwear.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Thanks, Connie.
that's so wild. I mean, listen, that can hurt a dog substantially.
Yeah.
An elastic strap on the top of your underwear.
Somebody texted in and said put mothballs in the hamper, but
That'll destroy your tuxedo.
Yeah, but that's mothballs. I would imagine aren't they poisonous?
Yes.
too?
Yeah, they
so
are.
You don't,
you don't want that.
Try doing that just in case they might.
How about malted milk balls?
eat those? Well, nah, they got choppers.
Yeah, it does. Not good for a dog.
They melt.
Let's go over next.
Cheese balls.
to Corey. Hey, Corey. Good morning.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, Corey. What's happening?
So my fiance had this pit bull Reese, and he used to always eat the crotch out of her underwear, but only the nice ones,
Really?
not the cheap ones.
Huh?
Oh.
He knew which ones to go for.
The dog liked fine dining.
Apparently.
Yeah, he was very sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Only
the
your
ones,
finest underwear for table 7.
the ones at Rochelle's that get eaten, I think, are the nicer, more kind of lacier, more showier ones. I think.
Do you feel a little left out that they're not eating your underwear?
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't feel left out at all. I feel bad for her because it pisses her off. So.
Well, like it might be, that's fun, or that's so bizarre. But when you are losing pair after pair after pair,
and I know we've mentioned it even a few times in this conversation, but when I would see one of the dogs with a used tampon in their mouth, it'd be like, oh my God.
it's gone from your cute little buddy to a horrible hell beast.
Well, that happened to me when I was a kid. When I had a sleepover, I had like all of my friends over,
and you guys would get into the tampons.
Yeah, no, my dog came down the steps with a giant tampon in his mouth.
I got into the tampons again last night.
Remember the boxer, my cousin's boxer that ate my tampon and fully swallowed it into his stomach? They were at a barbecue. I left that day. She took the dog to her friend's barbecue, and he threw up, and they were making steaks on the grill. And so the guy who was hosting the barbecue thought it was a steak, and he was like, "Oh my God, I think she got into the steak." And he was like, picked it up off the ground. And
the steak has a string.
Yeah, and then pulled the string and was like, "Oh my God." And my cousin knew, so she called me, and she's like, "Hey, just want to let you know, Lexi ate your tampon."
Oh my God.
Every part of that story is disgusting.
What do you mean, Nick?
I'll go to Scott next. Hey, Scott, good morning.
Happy birthday to you too, Preston.
Oh, you're so welcome, Scott. What's up?
Is it your birthday, Scott?
No, I'm messing with him.
What's up, man?
I bought my wife a black lab, and since she was a puppy until she passed away, she would eat anything that had to do with Victoria's Secret. Ball, panties. I bought my wife a gift card for Christmas. I hid it all the way under the tree. That little bitch snuck underneath the tree, didn't move any presents, grabbed the box that the gift card was in, and tore it to hell.
So there was something about
Victoria's
Secret.
Victoria's, you can put a Kmart brawl, a Walmart brawl, a dollar store brawl. She didn't want nothing to do with it. Of course, $5 Victoria's Secret. We're eating.
Only the best. I wonder
That's
if
bizarre.
for a gift card, if any of some kind of the perfume that maybe this store uses, or
maybe.
something has.
But even after the bras and underwear and everything were washed, it didn't matter. As long as it was Victoria's Secrets, she ate the hell out of it.
Well, do you think the dog would have gone for Fredericks of Hollywood?
Well, she almost got a hold of my wife's Manolo Blahniks, and that was almost death.
What is that?
The shoes?
Yes, shoes, Kathy.
Wow. All right, thanks, Scott. I appreciate it, man. Has very specific tastes. Specific taste.
I'm not going to eat a Kmart bra.
Somebody texted in and
Victoria's Secret.
Here's a couple things. You can use citrus air freshener in the lid and the bottom of the hamper, and that will work. Google says spray Febreze in and around the hamper as well, and that might deter the dog from going after your
What about
underwear.
filling up your underwear with oranges?
How could that not help? I mean, if it's going to be all citrusy and whatnot. So
You look a little lumpy today, Ed.
hang on, here's another one. Let me go to we got to take another call, and we're going to probably take a break. I'm going to go to Anthony. Yo, Anthony.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Hey, so it's kind of funny. Maybe it's a thing with black labs that love Victoria's Secret underwear. My my wife had my dog went downstairs and was going through the dirty laundry, and he pulled out a pair of panties, black Victoria's Secret panties. The dog ate the panties. Unbeknownst to us at the time, we had to rush him to the vet because he stops eating food. Come to find out, the lace in the panties attaches to his gut and travels through his intestines and cuts his intestines in like 4 different spots.
Ooh.
And therein lies the risk when you have fabric and things with that kind of capability going through your dog's system.
Yeah, they said the nylon ended up being like almost like a razor blade in his gut, and so. It ends up costing us $8,000 in surgeries to have this thing removed.
Because your dog likes to eat underwear.
For 5 days.
Well, God bless you for doing it.
Anthony, did he give up underwear after that?
We just kind of secured the door to the basement so he couldn't get down into them. But,
good idea.
He doesn't give them up easily. He's a big fan.
Wow. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's so all right. Thank you for at least concurring. Maybe we'll try using the Febreze spray thing as a deterrent, but it usually happens like in quick order. Like Rochelle might be changing real quick and leave some of her clothes on the floor, and she's taking a shower, and then come back and he's gotten into the underwear and eaten the crotch out.
No bras get eaten though. Have you noticed that?
No bras.
Yeah.
Just All right, well, we're going to take a break. Thank you for your calls, by the way. We appreciate that. We have a couple things coming up. Tattoo Tuesdays taking place. Text word tattoo to 39333. See if you can win that gift certificate from Floating World Tattoo. We also have an announcement, a concert announcement. We'll probably get to that around music news time. And when we return, we're going to have local writer, director, and actor PJ McCabe, who is bringing us The Beta Test, which is now available on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. We'll be back in a second. Stay put.
Preston
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
What's new?
Glad you asked.
I think you're right, though, Preston. Stop and check it out, at least to
just
some
see
degree.
Why groups of people decided that it would be a good idea to memorialize this person in that form.
Also, don't hesitate now and then to throw a rope around on it and attach to your boat hitch.
That why is intriguing to me as well. Like, what the hell is the point of dragging a statue into the river?
But when I heard the news report it this morning, they reported it as if, like, here we go again. Now, there was only one other incident, but...
There's a lot of statues being pulled down for various reasons, where they had down south with the Confederate statues and things of that nature. And if they believe, there's it's kind of the thing. But this thing seemed like, what's that about?
Why?
Yeah. Hey, what did Rizzo do that was so great that he gets a statue?
He was just a really popular mayor. I mean, like, he was larger than life in a bunch of different ways in stature.
Yeah.
And so because of his tactics, he was well known. He left his mark, good and bad, and deserved a statue as a result.
Yeah.
You're a real crumb bum.
and he gave us
that. Honestly, I would give him a statue just for that.
Crumb bum?
I'll take you out back, bunches.
Yeah.
My arms tied behind my back.
Yeah.
I'll pound you into the pavement, I will.
That whole audio, you look like a lush to me. He's telling the reporter.
Yeah. Would you care to talk to CBS? You look like a lush. I'll pound you into the pavement.
You want to relive that?
Yes, I do.
All right, Casey's finding the audio of Frank Rizzo when he was confronted. He wasn't happy about it. He was out walking his dog, and
maybe the Viking was the Nordic Frank Rizzo.
They were confronting him about.
You look like a lush to me. What's your story? I hit you with my shield. I'll take you out back and hit you with my shield.
Yeah. What are you?
You're a crumb bum.
You can't find it, Case?
I don't know. Here, let's
Here
try
you go,
this one.
Crumb Bum.
Crumb Bum, see Frank Rizzo.
It says Rizzo.
See Crumb Bum.
This says call Stan Bowman. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
There is Stan Borman from Channel 3 News. Could we...
How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Good.
Could we talk with you for just a moment?
No, I'm busy.
You couldn't answer any of our questions?
I wouldn't talk to you under any condition.
Why is that, sir?
Forget it. Scram. Get out of here.
Sir,
Scram. Hit the road.
Scram.
You lussia.
Why?
Get away from me. I'm now a private citizen.
Yes,
you
sir.
get away from me.
We're allowed to be on the streets, sir.
I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me.
How do you feel about the security guards being taken off of you, sir?
Get away from me, or I'm going to throw you out in the middle of the street.
Gonna throw you right out there.
One more question.
I'm telling you, get away from me.
You were the symbol of law and order in Philadelphia, sir, for many years. People looked up to you and respected you.
Look, creep, get out of here.
How could you justify your actions at our cameras last Monday in front of your
Get
house?
out. You're a creep.
We're a member of the media. We'd like to have an answer to our
You're a
question.
creep.
Why did you attack our cameras, sir?
Get it all. Don't miss any of it. You're a creep. Get away from me.
Would you answer the question?
Dude, he had great pipes.
He really
Listen
did.
to his voice. Get away from me. He could do movie trailers.
This weekend at the Community Cinema Pucks.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
Would you answer the question?
You know, you hide behind that press card.
I'm not hiding behind anything, sir. I just wanted to get some answers.
I'll tell you what to do. There's a gang of yous here. There's enough of you here. By myself, I'll take yous physically.
Well, I'm not asking you to take me physically.
Well, get away from me.
Well, sir, I'm on the public street. I should be authorized to be here.
I'll break it off.
I'll break it off.
I'll break it
physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I'll get inside your brain.
This is after he was mayor. Yeah. You know, you'd think he'd be happy in retirement.
Nah, he didn't care.
Big dude, though.
Yeah.
You see him next to the reporter. He's a big dude.
Yep.
Hey, get away from me.
I think the statue. Yeah, the statue is 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah.
I'll break it over your head.
I'll break it over your head. Hang on. Let's go back.
I'll break it over your head. I'll break it over your head. Get away from me, you crumb. That's a challenge, except I'll put my dog away, and I'll come back. And you got 1, 2, 3, and I'll do
1,
it
2,
along
3.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Let me just put Fifi back in the house. Come on, Fifi, heel.
It is kind of a little dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
No?
No.
I can't see the dog. Oh,
No,
no,
it's
I was
a big
wrong.
dog.
I was
Yeah.
incorrect. I thought he had a little poodle with him.
Daddy loves you.
Yeah.
Daddy
loves
loves you. Give me love monster kisses.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna come back and kill you all. Beat you to death with a tire iron and then dance in your blood. Who wants you to do? Who wants you to do? Gonna put you in the house now. All right, don't be scared. Dad Daddy has to go kill the bad men. I'm coming to kill you now. Calm down. Did you lose your chew toy? Did you lose your chew toy? It's under the sofa. Yeah. Wait right here. Daddy needs to go kill the reporters. Yes, I know.
Talking.
Yeah. Get up in the living room window. You want to see Daddy kill the bad men?
Yeah, that's right. Sets him up where he's got a nice view of the street.
I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
2, 3, and I'll do it along with you. In that back of that fence, just the 3 of us, 4 of us, me and you.
4 or 5. I tell you what, call some of the family members. Bring them out here too.
Show you what kind of a man you are. You're less than a man.
You're a less man.
Okay, you're a crumb creep.
A crumb creep.
You're a moon creep pie creep crumb. You're creep brulee. That's what you are.
Creep brulee.
Yeah. As if someone's taken one of them little torches and fried the top of your head into like a caramelized sugary thing. You are creep brulee. You know what you like? You like one of them fancy desserts with the thin shell on top, but underneath you just pudding. Just pansy pudding, creep crumb, pansy crumb, creep creme, crumb, brulee creep creme. With sugar on top.
At this point, they've just shut up.
They just let them know.
Because they are like, we are getting gold right now. Just let this roll.
Put that on camera. You're a crumb bum, the 3 of you, and I challenge you.
He wouldn't talk earlier. I'm not talking to you, right? I'm not talking to you. And now, Stan Bowman hasn't said anything for like 5 minutes.
He actually fell asleep. What are you, Stan? Are you asleep?
Wake up.
I'm sorry, I had a long night. Where did your dog go? I put him inside, didn't you see? There he is, and they're looking in the window there.
Just me. You're a crumb creep coward. You can't take. You won't stand up to him.
I'm standing up. We're not here to fight. We're here to get some answers to some questions. That's all.
I want to fight you.
Why is that?
Because you're a crumb creep lush coward.
You don't.
Crumb creep.
He keeps adding on.
Lush coward.
It started with 1, then 2. Now
you're a Methodist.
Now he's up to 4.
Yeah. What?
He's up to 4.
I don't know. I'm running out of desserts and various disgusting things.
Are you keeping a list? Do you know, like, okay, you're a crumb, you're a creep.
Wait a second here.
You're yellow.
I keep a list for things like this. You are a jackass crumb, creme, creep, cram, crumb. Oh, that's the wrong list. That's the potential dog names.
Thinking about getting another one, huh?
It was in Chestnut Hill.
Wait, hold on a second. Honey, where's my reported bad name list? It's in the closet. No, I looked in there. I was looking for the dog's chew toy. I'll get back to you. What's your number? Give me your number.
By the way, Marissa.
I remembered it.
By the way,
he gets a call late at night.
No, he calls him back later on.
Better call this guy up. Yeah. You're a yellow crumb snake.
Have a lovely
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Have a lovely evening.
For that creep.
Oh, you creme creep cram. You're an apple crumb creep cake. A la moron. Yeah, that wasn't that good.
Scratch that one off.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's.
I think when I try to do French desserts, it doesn't work out. I'll stick with the German stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm glad we revisited this.
Oh my God, I'm getting tears on my glasses here. Reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Oh my God!
Is it Chrisley knows best?
Yeah, Chrisley knows best. It's horrible.
Yeah.
There was one weekend where there was something I was watching a marathon of on the USA Network, and every other commercial was for Chrisley Knows Best.
Oh God!
She's a piece of ass, though. I think
she is, but he's got to be gay.
Yeah, I don't know who wears more makeup.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but come on.
They have been cleared of $2 million in tax evasion charges, according to ET.
Well, there you go.
The pair who.
You've been cleared.
Why are you here? I thought you were a botanist.
Yes, but I minored in accounting.
So he.
on my home world of E.T. world.
It's easy to count on those big fingers you have.
Absolutely.
And numbers are universal, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The pair who pleaded not guilty were accused of cheating on their taxes by Georgia's Department of Revenue.
Hey, come over here. You're gay, right?
Todd said Julian...
Everything about you is highlights and the hair, and I don't know, and nothing wrong with that, but yeah, you're gay.
So Todd said Julie and I knew all along that we had done nothing wrong and that when the facts came out, we would be fine.
Well, there you go. Now, the other question is, Preston, about this video, this sex video that they were supposedly extorting their own daughter with. You know this story, right?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's like a porn video, and
Is it her in?
That's now this is a whole morass of crap. They're still trying to hash it out.
It was her and E.T., but it was just finger stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to finger blast you like you've never been blasted.
Oh, my God.
Light you up
You're
like
going
a
to feel it
like a
down there and up in your mouth, too.
Like a jack-o'-lantern.
I'm going to turn you into a Chinese puzzle.
Oh, my God. Does he
I'm
not...
going to blow your goddamn head off.
Does he not look like the villain in Lazy Town?
He does.
Yeah, Robbie Rotten.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yes, you're right.
You look like the villain in Lazy Town.
All right. He also said, this is Todd, not
Wait,
E.T.
whatever happened to the girl in that show?
We're just glad that the Department of Revenue was willing to keep an open mind and look at the evidence.
Well, of course. He presented a good case.
Ironclad.
There he is, Preston. There's a...
Yeah.
a little bit.
Robbie
around
Rotten.
the teeth.
Looks a little bit like him. All right, Aaron Paul tells E.T.
Oh,
Jesus.
You were in Breaking Bad, right?
That making El Camino a Breaking Bad movie was a blast.
Crystal meth.
He said that we were really, truly such a family, and it felt like a crazy sort of messed up family reunion, just telling the same old messed up story.
I had a family on Earth with Elliot and his brother and sister.
Miley Cyrus is asking her followers to send good vibes amid her recent hospitalization.
God almighty, that's the least we can do.
Yeah, I know. On Tuesday...
I was vibing last night. I don't know if she received them.
Well, she has tonsillitis, so thoughts and prayers, folks. On Tuesday, the singer revealed on her Instagram stories that she had been admitted to a local hospital. Thank you very much, Kathy. We are going to speak to a local fella.
Yeah.
Who's doing great, man.
He's doing very well.
His film made its way through the festivals and then made it onto Amazon Prime and Apple TV Plus, and is getting some great buzz on Rotten Tomatoes.
94%.
That's a pretty damn good place to be. He's the pride of Conestoga High School. Ladies and gentlemen, writer, director, and actor PJ McCabe is on the show. Hey, PJ, good morning.
Good morning. How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for having me. This is a huge honor. I'm like, I've been such a fan for so long. So I'm thrilled.
Oh, that's very cool.
Thanks, man. What year did you graduate Conestoga from?
Well, I graduated Conestoga in 2005. So did that and then went off to Emerson College in Boston.
Nice.
Where I met Jim Cummings, my writing partner, and then moved to LA and been out in LA ever since.
Wow. All right. So listen, we haven't had a chance to see the film. Casey was, tried to send us over a link. For some reason, it didn't work. But you know what? Sometimes I like to hear a little bit about, from the direct people of what it's about, why we should see the movie. Intrigue me a little bit. Obviously, this great review is going to get my attention as it has already, which is pretty awesome. So first, let me ask this. Has this been in the works for a long time? Is this an idea that was bubbling up years ago in your mind?
So kind of, not really. This was, Jim and I have been writing together for a long time, but we've had a bunch of other like TV shows and things in development over the years. But this was kind of an idea that just kind of randomly happened where he called me and said, "Hey, what would you do if you got a letter in the mail inviting you to an anonymous sexual encounter in a hotel room?" And I said, "That's really weird. I probably wouldn't go."
Right.
But what if somebody that was and did go through with it, and it was actually great? And so that was really interesting to us. So we kind of built this whole crazy, weird narrative about this guy who's this liar and a cheater. And of course, if you're making a movie about liars and cheaters, you have to set it in a Hollywood talent agency.
Yeah.
This dark world about Hollywood and lying and following this agent who gets a letter and then goes through with it and then kind of going down the rabbit hole of where it came from, and it gets really weird and funny, and it's blending about 15 different genres, but yeah, it's a weird one. It's a lot of fun.
I love the concept, and as I was going through and reading some interviews with you guys and looking at the material available on it, it put me in mind of like The Player meets Eyes Wide Shut meets the Coen Brothers. And I love unique films like this, especially ones that address and sort of deconstruct Hollywood. And it's funny that you'd say, Hollywood would be the place where this would happen. But I think there's an analog to stuff that we get in our daily lives, like you might get it in the form of an email. There was a big scam that was going around for a while recently where we've been recording you as you've been perusing porn sites. And we have with your camera. And what kind of person would fall for that and then fall down that rabbit hole? Is that similar to what intrigued you about this concept?
Yeah, I think there was something about the fact that, I mean, obviously, we get spam emails and stuff all the time and you ignore it, you just delete it. But there's something about getting a specific, personal letter in the mail in this like ornate, beautiful setting that would be so specific and intriguing. And you would kind of have to think twice about it. And if you were a guy who was kind of sad and he's engaged in the movie and he's freaking out because he's like kind of losing his job because his agency is falling apart. So he's just kind of the sad, desperate liar who just feels like he wants to get control of his life again and do something scandalous like this because it seems like the only way he can be fulfilled. And then it just spends the rest of the movie just kind of lying to his wife and everyone around him, and he's just kind of falling apart on the inside. And he was just a really funny character study, and Jim Cummings, who plays him, is just hilarious at being this anti-hero, sad kind of loser who's supposed to be portraying someone in power, who's supposed to be like the cool hip Hollywood agent guy, but he's just kind of a sad, empty suit, and that was really funny to us.
Right. So you and Jim, you wrote this film. Did you guys decide to act in it because you could be in some awesome sex scenes?
Well, I did not actually. It's funny. We wrote all the sex stuff, and then we realized when we got greenlit, we were like, "Oh no! Now we have to shoot this." So that was actually terrifying. So having to direct your best friend doing these things, but no, it was good. I mean, Jim and I have acted in stuff together before, but it just kind of made sense, and we were kind of putting it up on its feet together, and we knew Jim and I could kind of have this fun chemistry together, playing these two kind of goofy Hollywood agents that are in way over their heads. And so, yeah, I think it was just a fun way for us to get on camera together and do this.
I love it. I love the notion too that you guys, and I was reading about your writing process and about you're basically like saying it out loud and going through the. I think having somebody to bounce lines off immediately is very cool, and that to me that really serves a writing process. But I'm always amazed by co-directors and how that gets parsed out. And so Jim has directed, by himself, and I guess it was sort of a hey. Nobody understands this material better than we do. Let's both direct it. How did you feel about that notion?
Yeah, I was thrilled. I mean, Jim and I have been writing stuff together, but this was the first time that, Jim and I kind of just decided, why don't you just direct this with me? Let's just do this as a co-production. I mean, we kind of came up with everything originally together, and we were already kind of directing it in the room. The way we write, Jim and I, we kind of outline everything and build the whole world. And then it's just us in our room kind of acting it out on its feet, just kind of improvising and doing it a million times until we find the funniest jokes and the best bits and the best way to tell the story. And so we were kind of already directing it in the room, and we figured we would just bring that to set. And it's great. I mean, by then we already kind of have such a good idea of what the vision is together that, we have very similar senses of humor. So
yeah,
it's nice to kind of be able to support each other and embolden each other to take bigger risks and do crazier things. Yeah, it's very lonely writing by yourself. So it's nice to have a buddy to kind of bounce things off of and make you feel better about the crazy, weird stories that we've told. And now I think the fact that this is actually kind of working and people seem to be liking this very unique story and style of storytelling, I think we're just going to keep telling wacky, weirder stuff.
What's interesting is that in the, what I consider one of the most adventurous points in film history would be the 70s, where there were just these high concept movies that were made like, F it, we're just going to go for it. And I just saw a movie, it's been out, but I watched it again, actually, A Promising Young Woman, which to me takes a concept and goes, okay, here, we're just going to run this down exactly the way it is, not worrying about, if you get it, you're going to love it. But the kind of movie that lives with you after you see it. And it seems like this is what motivates you guys. Would I be correct in saying that?
Oh, very much so. There's a lot of 70s kind of influence in this. Really, when we were writing it, we were kind of taking it from a 70s, it's called giallo films, which are like these Italian slasher films.
Yes.
That are really dark and stylized and like incredibly graphic and gory. And so we kind of wanted to take a lot of that from our visual and kind of storytelling aesthetic, but then also kind of add in this weird LA noir. We call it goofy Chinatown, where it's like this weird LA noir detective engine story on top of this very stylized visual, but also make it funny because it's like Jim and I just wanted to like kind of beef it up with weird comedic elements with these two goofy guys that are in way over their heads in this like weird letter service that's happening. And it just kind of snowballed into this crazy genre blending film. It's pretty weird.
So Hollywood is littered with stories of people who are create these works of art, and they're very proud of them, because why would you even do it in the first place if you didn't think it was a good idea? It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes people don't like it, and that's got to be really disappointing. So you start to get feedback that this is resonating emotionally. Tell me about that when it started coming to you that, oh my God, they like it,
Honestly, it's been overwhelming. When we wrote this and when we finished the script and we realized, we were going to go shoot it, I kind of had a moment of, oh my God, they're really going to let us do this thing. It is very unique. And so I was very nervous when the movie finally was coming out that people were going to be like, okay, I mean, that was interesting, but I have no idea. But yeah, it's incredibly rewarding and really encouraging, because I was hoping people would get the jokes and kind of get kind of the feel we were going for. And we're so lucky that IFC partnered with us and got it right away. And they've been so amazing helping us to put it out there. And I feel incredibly lucky and very rewarding to be able to do this and hopefully keep making more.
Nice. PJ, this is Nick. I went to Conestoga as well. And so congratulations on all your success. I would love to know, going back to your roots, what you would be able to tell, what you would tell your high school self, because coming out of high school thinking, you're heading in this direction, you're having some success with this movie. Now, what would you tell the younger version of PJ McCabe about, trying to get into this field?
I probably would have told him to start writing earlier. I mean, I was always kind of doing the acting thing. I went to Emerson for that. I did plays in high school, and I did a lot of plays at People's Light and Theater, where doing various things through where I learned a lot of my acting chops. But I never really wrote or wanted to direct or do anything behind the camera because I was scared. It's very intimidating. Writing is very intimidating. It's very personal, and I don't know. I would say don't be afraid to wear other hats and try different things and learn, pick up a camera and shoot stuff yourself at an early age. And don't be afraid to tell your weird, unique stories, because there's a hunger for that. And I think, if anything, with the response from this movie is that people are looking for kind of weird, offbeat stuff, that's I don't know. I think there's a real audience for that.
Well, the time has come for it to, it's weird because if you look at, again, not to go back to the other point about the 70s, but you look at tumultuous times, they tend to breed movies like this, where you have this kind of, this isn't something that you're going to go in and guess every level. Now, we're looking forward to seeing it, but all the reviews are sensational, and I love that concept. You talk about genre bending. You are obviously, both you and Jim are obviously horror fans, and I assume you're Dario Argento fans and Italian,
yes,
and all that stuff, right? Suspiria, yeah. So all of that stuff, I think, since you guys are fans, do you have any straight up horror movies in your cache of scripts ready to go?
So we're actually, yes. So the next one, we're actually writing these next couple weeks. Finally, it's a Victorian horror film set in Virginia in the 1880s.
Love it.
But it's this weird kind of buddy comedy, but it's also a ghost story about the early days of electricity in Virginia, in this weird town. So yeah, I mean, if this one was blending a lot of genres, the next one is gonna crank it up by 10. So It's gonna be kind of this goofy ghost story detective thriller set in the South in the 1880s that we're trying to write. So hopefully we can pull it off. And the fact that Beta has done so well, I think, has emboldened us that, yeah, let's give it a shot.
Hey, PJ, we have a common friend in Blake Wexler, and he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
tweeted out to Nick. He said, you should ask PJ about who won the basketball game that him and I played in my kitchen after this 2014 Flyers versus Kings game that he posted a picture of.
I don't think anyone won that game because we came back after a long, very messy day downtown where I think the Flyers got killed, and we went to the game, and and then came back and just wrestled in his kitchen.
That's what buddies do. Yeah.
Blake's the best. He's one of our good buddies. So that's really cool. But
Nice.
yeah, Blake and I have had some dark days out here in Hollywood.
Beta test, which by the way, I'm really intrigued by what that title means. After hearing the concept of this, I want to see how that ties in, and I'm sure it's a part of the plot. But it is available on Amazon Prime and Apple TV Plus. So you definitely want to check it out, and you want to support this local guy.
Yeah.
In all his efforts, and that's just cool that this is starting to hit. What are your hopes for beta test? What can happen from here on out? Just getting tons of people to watch it?
Yeah, I want people to go out and see it. I want the word to get around. I mean, we made this movie with just our friends and family. I mean, we raised the money through a crowd equity campaign, just strangers on the internet.
Wow.
That gave us the funds to do it, which I think is the future because we were able to kind of circumvent the studio system. We never would have gotten a movie like this greenlit with a script like this. We kind of had to do it this way. And
how much? If you don't mind me asking, how much did it cost to make the film if you raised the money that way?
So yeah, we raised about $300,000 and we shot it for about $250,000 that
That's
we were able
amazing.
to raise.
That's amazing.
And which was incredible. We had an amazing DP, an amazing crew because the movie, it looks like a $5 million movie. They did an incredible job. I can't say enough about our cast and crew. And yeah, I really think it's the future. I mean, you really, to be able to just like raise funds yourself and go shoot it yourself and own your movie and get it out there because, for years, we've just been waiting for somebody to come say, all right, here you go, make your movie. And you got to just do it yourself because you'll waste years of your life just waiting for someone to say yes.
Well, it's funny how the process is morphing. The movie addresses, from what I understand, the process, because you talk about the agency, the classic Hollywood agency is actually becoming something that it never was, because a lot of times that kind of business can be conducted over social media. You can bypass a lot of what used to have to be, your Swifty Lazars and the, very famous agents of yore. They're a dinosaur at this point.
Well, that's kind of a big through line of the movie is that the Jordan and his agency is kind of collapsing on itself because they're realizing that they're becoming irrelevant. And that's kind of a lot of the aspects of the Hollywood system that we kind of take some shots at. Gotten a little heat back from certain people in the industry about it, but it's okay. I mean, and I mean, that's kind of part of the beta test. The beta test really, as a double kind of meaning was, obviously the beta test for this is kind of a big part of the plot, but it's also the beta test to see if we could make movies this way and kind of keep doing it ourselves to kind of make our own studio. So we're very lucky that we're off to a good start. And but yeah, it was definitely kind of a lot about a lot of middlemen dying because of the internet, and the internet kind of becoming a bad guy to a lot of people because you can't do it yourself with the internet.
PJ, I wanted to ask you about Little Dicky as well. Are you friends with him? Because you've been on an episode of Dave, and
I am. Yes.
Yeah, and it's he's such an interesting guy. I thought Dave season 1 was incredible. Dave season 2 got kind of dark and twisted, and it's a really great show for people who haven't checked it out. But he's a local rapper, grew up in our area, and he's had an enormous amount of success out in LA. How are you guys friends?
Yeah, so Tony Yasenda is one of my best friends.
Yeah, we've had Tony on the show a few times.
Oh, have you? Okay, yeah, he's one of my oldest best friends. Yeah, we met at People's Light in theater when we were like 10 years old, and I got him to come to Emerson with me, and then he's been out in LA with me, and he's done amazing stuff. And he did American Vandal, which was an amazing show.
Right.
And he directed all of Dave's early music videos. And so kind of helped, and he directs a bunch of the show as well. And so I kind of met Dave through that and have become friends with him since. And I got to act in one of the episodes in season 2, which was so much fun. So yeah, Dave's awesome, and the show is amazing. So I highly recommend that as well.
Excellent. Well, we highly recommend that people get behind this, support this. PJ is local. Amazon Prime and Apple TV Plus is where you can find the beta test.
Cool.
So, well, hopefully we'll talk to you again sometime down the road, man. Good luck with everything.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. Truly an honor. Really, really appreciate it.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
PJ McCabe, writer, director, actor.
So cool.
And is off and on his way.
Do you realize what kind of we're becoming major players in Hollywood just by the people that we know,
that we just by interviewing
and self-delusion.
Yeah, that too. That definitely plays into that.
So I believe you might be able to see it at the Ritz Bourse as well. So if you want to go out
in the theater.
and see it in the theater, you can do that as well.
The Ritz Bourse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the Bourse or the Bourse? I don't know.
Bourse.
Okay.
Bourse. Bourse.
I just heard the Ritz Bourse. Well, listen, that's cool.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
now I'm intrigued. Now,
Yes.
now I really want to see this because that idea of kind of, this secret group of people with this sex club thing.
We love sex clubs.
We love
because
sex
you get to
clubs.
do your laundry.
All you got to do.
You learn how to fold your laundry.
Is get invited to the sex club.
Our
to do
sex
dishes.
club would involve folding shirts
You
properly.
learn how to learn to fold T-shirts properly. No. We have a couple of minutes to play with, and I did want to mention this. This was something that we didn't get to last week at Camp Out for Hunger. We had so many guests and so many things going on, but I didn't want to let this just slip right by because while we were there last week, the inductees into the Toy Hall of Fame were announced.
Yes.
Remember, we
knew it was nominated.
When they have the nominations, we always mention those and play. Well, they were officially inducted. Yes. So,
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Hall of Fame Induction Awards, which don't exist.
It's the Toy Hall of Fame.
That.
So the American Girl dolls are now in.
Super expensive.
Makes sense.
The board game Risk is now in. And there's only one other thing, and that is sand.
Sand made it in?
Sand?
Yes.
Wait, sand made it in. You eat sand?
Sand is in. Wait, sand.
Which was the
Sand.
the cat's litter box at our house.
You just use sand?
No.
Oh.
Growing up, my dad built us our own sandbox in the backyard.
yeah.
It was next to the
Yep.
play set, and it became the neighborhood cat litter box.
yeah.
That's what happens. We had cats, and they would use the sandbox, and it was always problematic. You'd have to do a little raking, a little Zen raking before you went in and used it.
Right.
When there was no meat, we ate fowl. And there was no fowl, we ate crawdad. And when there was no crawdad to be found, we ate sand.
You ate what?
We ate sand.
You ate sand?
That's right.
You can't beat Nicolas Cage, man.
So American
You
Girl
ate
dolls. Ate what?
Wait, what?
Yeah, hang on. Let's back that up again.
When there was no meat, we ate fowl. And there was no fowl, we ate crawdad. And when there was no crawdad to be found, we ate sand.
You ate what?
He says it again, though, doesn't he?
You ate sand. You ate sand? I don't know. That's a different clip. Was that one leave out the sand part, Case?
Well, hang on. If I hit undo, it might
come back.
Yeah, let's see.
We have to hit the whole thing?
Yeah.
When there was no meat, we ate fowl. When there was no fowl, we ate crawdad. And when there was no crawdad to be found, we ate sand.
You ate what?
We ate sand.
You ate sand?
That's right.
You ate sand? We actually met one of Kathy's friends who did eat sand.
That was my cousin's ex-wife, or maybe it was just a girlfriend. I forget. They were together for a long time.
Just dug the texture of sand, eating spoonfuls of sand.
Yes.
One of the few things I hate about going to the beach is accidentally some sand getting in
between your teeth.
something you might eat.
Just one in your.
Don't you
little-
remember?
one little-
We asked her to come on.
Gives me chills.
And she freaked out and was like, "You're making fun of me."
Yes,
And-
yes, we
Yeah,
are.
we are.
And then we had some other guy on who I don't think he ate sand. I think he just tried it for us.
And then there was Menstro. Yeah, all the people that did you know Menstro?
Yeah, Menstro was he is the reason that I got into. He's one of the reasons I got into the entertainment industry. Started in TV. It was him, and
He walked in the room and he went,
"You're on your period.
You're on your period. We have plans for you. You've got a future, young lady."
No, he just knew the time to approach me. That
Yeah,
week wasn't,
that's right.
wasn't the week.
Stay away.
Oh, you're right.
He was in TV for years, and he got out of TV, went to a different industry, and we were talking about people being able to do this. And he texted me. He was like, "I can do it." And if you remember, we had, I forget how many girls we had in here.
Like 4 or 5. And
He
nailed it.
detected all but one, and I got an email from that girl later in the day, and she said, "I just want to let you know, I just got my period."
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
And then
I wouldn't
Tony.
mind- yeah, our friend Tony,
He can do it too?
Lisa's husband, can apparently do that. There are people. I wouldn't mind getting somebody in here again sometime when we can open up and have guests in again and see if somebody can accurately determine whether somebody's on their period or not just by smelling them.
We
or
could
being in the same room with them.
I'll bring my cat. You could bring your dog.
Yeah.
And eat at each other's
Throw a bunch of underwear. Let's throw a bunch of panties on the floor that some men have worn and some women have worn.
Right.
And I bet my dog can tell the difference between the two.
By the way, we were talking about toys to start
Yes.
this conversation.
Oh, yeah, we were. And it led to menstrual cycles. So sex leads to laundry.
I know.
Toys leads to periods.
One of those shows.
That's how it goes on this program.
Whatever the absolute antithesis of what you start talking is, we'll get there.
Wow. Well, speaking of toys, there was this other story that I thought was worth mentioning, too. The Elf on the Shelf.
Yes.
There's a
When does that
judge.
begin officially? First day in December?
It always began
Day
at our
after-
house day after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. When all Christmas stuff is supposed to begin.
Yeah.
Oh, lights are up already.
Oh, yours?
No, but
Oh.
In
I
general.
I see
Yeah.
them up, and I'm like, I can put mine on.
I'm rocking early this year.
Yeah.
I just have to.
You've already?
No. I'm
Oh,
going to
okay.
mount a camp, and now I will flick the switch on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So, a judge in Georgia issued a tongue-in-cheek order banning Elf on Shelf from his county. Cobb County Superior Court Judge Robert Leonard tweeted the text of an order banishing Elf on the Shelf due to it posing, quote, a risk to the emotional health and well-being of Cobb's young children. He said, inexplicably, elves sometimes move and don't move overnight. When these elves do not move, it leaves our children of tender years in states of extreme emotional distress.
Did you, as friends of elves on shelves, did you ever have a situation in which your elf decided not to move?
Yeah,
for
all the
days at a
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, these guys are so lazy.
My elf is real. No, my elf is really good. He moves every night,
Of course you do.
and he does like
Very,
all
very
Activities.
neat,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
creative
yeah,
things.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
know.
wonder
We-
where he gets that
We
from.
got a good elf. Yeah.
He
Did
cleans
you
along
have
the
an
way.
interview process when
He
you were
chews
doing
out
this?
your butt in the end.
Yeah.
No, I love Buzz is our elf.
I think there was 1 year that we had a creative elf, and then after that he got
lazy.
He got tired of
Yeah.
it.
He became a hammer.
Yeah, and then you fell asleep.
Hammer on the shelf.
Yeah.
Our elf is Norm and Nina.
Norma
Eventually a girl came on board.
Norma Stitz.
Norma Stitz, and a dog, a Saint Bernard
Oh,
elf.
really?
Oh yeah, they started popping up all over the place.
My elf went missing.
Dude, you buy those things in a book on a shelf. When you go to the store, you purchase them. They're there. Your children are there as you're shopping at Target, and they see them. What did they think of that?
I go, come
Who
on,
we
let's
kidding
go.
here?
That's where the
I don't know what
elves
that is.
live.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I go, I don't know what that is. Come on, let's go.
Shut up.
I don't know what that elf's doing.
I
in
don't
that
know what
book.
that is. That's not real.
You want
Yeah,
you
that's
want a
not the real
beating?
one.
If you want a beating, keep asking questions.
Let's go to
Those
Victoria's
aren't
Secret.
activated yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
They
and
haven't
there-
been activated.
So there is a whole elf story. By the way, I just saw your cup, Preston.
Yes.
Your coffee cup.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, it's Roy Kent with the word F with the F word on it.
What was I saying?
I don't
there
know.
is a story
There's a story,
behind
yes.
the elf
Right.
and his magic and how he gets it and how he will lose it and all of that.
Okay.
There's another story you wanted to talk about too, Kath, right?
Well, yeah. When does Perky? You guys heard of Perky the quirky turkey, right?
Perky the quirky turkey?
No. Shut up! I'm going to turn your microphone
yeah,
off.
no.
I don't
No,
need
no,
another
Perky the
thing.
Quirky Turkey. You and I were talking about
Comes,
this.
like the day before Thanksgiving, right?
I thought he showed
What
up
is he
on
just holding it up to them?
So Perky the Quirky Turkey apparently is a martyr. And what he does,
martyr?
a martyr, what
Yeah.
he does is he gives up his own
Oh,
life.
he kills himself so your family can have something to eat on Thanksgiving.
but not only that, but
He leaves a cornucopia basket for the kids before.
You know what you do, Preston?
Right by his corpse.
You go outside, and then he's up on the second floor with a rope around his neck. Just like
I
in
did
The
this
Omen.
for you in the Omen. This is for you.
This is for you.
Jumps off and hangs himself.
And everyone is.
Wait a minute.
What?
When did this happen?
This year.
The quirky turkey.
It's recent.
Oh.
I mean, I just heard of it. I mean, Perky's definitely coming to my house.
Do you remember the woman that made that that video of the woman? Kathy, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Was she talking about Elf on the Shelf? Or
I think she was. She's local.
Gifts and I remember that. Just stop it, Kathy. Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
The
now you're
quirky
talking to me.
suicidal turkey.
So he dies. He kills himself.
Right.
Leaves his corpse so you guys can cut it up and eat it. And he leaves behind some gifts.
That's
Yeah.
no.
That's the thing. That's what they mentioned. A
No.
cornucopia of gifts.
No. How about
Done
a
with the
cornucopia of food? That's
That's
what
what a cornucopia
Thanksgiving
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but kids don't like just food.
That-
They
Well,
want,
they ought to
want-
have some goddamn appreciation. You know what it costs to put that on the table?
This food.
Yeah,
Jesus.
when the
See-
kids
you
wake
see
up,
the inflation now.
when the kids wake up and they smell the turkey and the stuff they're
Eggnog.
cooking, that does nothing for
That's
them.
like for an adult.
That's for the adults,
Yeah.
but for the kids,
Well, no, for me, the
know
highlight
what?
of Thanksgiving was watching Santa at the end of the parade, and that's when then we go running to our Sears catalogs and pick out our toys and everything.
No,
Yeah.
we don't have enough things for the kids. We need more of these, right?
I hope you get on. Don't let your kids down.
seriously, when
teenagers.
all of your kids' friends
I got
wake
adults.
up to a cornucopia of gifts,
Yeah.
and your kids don't, oof.
At least
Oh, yeah.
Caroline.
You know
At least
what am I
Caroline.
going on about? I don't have to worry about
They're
this
teenagers.
anymore. I don't have to worry about this
Yeah.
at all. You guys have fun. Go ahead.
Oh, you're gonna deprive Caroline of the
Of
turkey?
course I am.
Don't
No,
you
not
want
Thanksgiving
the
miracle?
men in your house to wake up? Here's your quirky turkey.
Your 21-year-old son.
The hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm excited for this.
For the quirky turkey?
Yeah.
How about quirky turkey jerky?
How about like Sexy Becky or something
Yeah.
like that? We can change it up. We can make it
Lucy,
fluff
Lucy.
up. No, so did this appear at your house, Casey?
It's it's coming this year.
last
So what does
year?
the turkey stand on, like a stool with a rope around the?
You don't see that. You
You
just
don't
get
see
to
the ultimate-
You get to enjoy it at night.
Right, you get to pick apart his corpse.
Right.
Steve, what they have? Okay, so what you buy at the store to make this is it's a turkey's head, just the face in complete agony, and you just shove it in the top of the
Right, yeah,
bird
yeah.
after you cook it, and you serve it on the table with its tongue hanging out, its eyes wide, and blood trickling from its mouth.
Do you know how you prepare a person? You actually get the turkey figure, and then you put it in a small car, and you close the garage door
Right.
with a hose.
With a hose.
What I
yeah,
think
running.
is, I think it's the will, and this is what the turkey.
The turkey
is,
leaves in its
has,
will, the
has
desire
willed
to
to
eat
the
its
children.
corpse. Wow.
So he's a giving turkey. He's giving himself.
Gives
or herself.
his life.
Yeah.
The turkey never suggests
It's
anything.
usually a hen. You're right.
Yeah.
It's
Is it a hen?
her life.
Yeah.
Or no, wait, no.
A turkey is usually a hen.
Sometimes it's a Tom.
Tom Turkey, right?
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I'm on.
Ours was always Tom the turkey.
Hang on a second here. Let me see if there's any text messages. F Perky the turkey. Gobble gobble, bitch.
Perky the quirky turkey. He's very quirky.
He is quirky.
In that he loves to commit suicide.
I'm gonna post a picture so you guys can get ideas for your kids.
I don't have kids.
Shut up.
I don't have
Stop
to worry.
spreading this garbage.
Stop spreading this garbage.
You listen. Yeah, I'm with you. So now
You
we've
are?
got. No, I'm with
Nice.
Steve.
Yeah.
He's on.
You're
I'm with
in.
Steve.
the quirky turkey.
It's Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving and then Christmas. The
Boom.
gifts come at Christmas.
That's your excitement. Hey, there's Santa. We're off and running, guys.
Thanksgiving
like a
is what we're
big-
thankful for.
Yeah.
Giving thanks
Yeah.
to the Lord.
not
if you
give
need
me
to, if you
stuff.
want to do that.
It's
Does
just
Perky-
like small little gifts. It's not like the big
It
gifts.
starts like that.
It's an
Remember,
appetizer.
Easter started that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then bikes started
Yeah,
popping
you
up on
started the
Easter.
bikes.
I didn't start
No.
nothing over here.
You got bikes for your kids on Easter.
Bikes were being given away for Easter because that's how Jesus rode in on Palm Sunday.
Well, also bikes on Christmas.
He was on a BMX bike.
when it's cold out. I understand. I do. I don't agree with it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But this Perky doesn't come down from the North Pole early, does he?
Well, why
Why
was
would
a
he be at
turkey
the
living
North
in the North Pole?
I think.
How about a polar bear?
I don't know. I don't know the full legend
well,
of
a lot
Perky.
of people. Yeah, it's 'twas the night before
Perky.
Thanksgiving.
You have a little thing there?
There's a book.
Read a little bit of it
Well,
to us.
I don't have it. The book is.
It was the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's the same.
Dude, somebody sent us something. People try to latch onto this stuff. It was a couple of years ago. It was Was that thing a coal? It was
Oh,
sitting out
that
here
thing.
for a while.
Yeah.
And they were trying to do a play on the Elf on the Shelf. It was a coal
Coal
on
in the bowl. Yeah,
coal in the bowl.
If you do something wrong, right?
Come on.
You got the that
And then there was Plug in
that
My
was
Hole.
stupid.
Plug in my hole.
I didn't know there was a book, Kat.
Yeah, 'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving. It's the same guy who does what's the series of books? Maybe is it Captain Underpants or I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Elliot Easton.
Did the Perky Turkey leave something last year at your house, Kathy, or is it
Oh,
this?
no,
will be
this
the
year.
first year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the turkey will leave? What level gift?
I think probably some smaller things.
I mean, give me an idea.
A little
you know?
turkey. Well, maybe the 'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving book would be a good idea.
Book.
I'll tell you this,
Mm-hmm.
from what I can surmise, Kathy has is very makes sure Santa is generous at home. So,
Santa Steve.
You know, one of
helped
the
with
things and you guys know how much I love Thanksgiving, Nick and I.
Dog Man. Sorry. It's the
Dog
same.
Man?
It's the same
You're the man
author
now,
as
dog.
Dog Man, not Captain Underpants. 'Twas the Night Before
so
Thanksgiving.
Dog
Sorry.
Man wrote "'Twas the Night Before Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like Captain Underpants from the artwork, though. But anyway, I don't even want to talk anymore.
Are you talking about diluting the sanctity of Thanksgiving?
No. But one of the things we do is going around the table and saying what we're thankful for.
Right, all the presents that you just got.
That's it.
It's ridiculous.
We don't do that because everyone's usually arguing.
I can't imagine what it's like at Thanksgiving in your house.
It's chaos.
And
It's complete
awful. Is it?
chaos. Well, because it's not my house. It's my
Oh.
parents' house. And my parents, I've said this forever. If someone doesn't have somewhere to go for any holiday, they're invited there. So you get tons of people. There's lots of people.
Anybody want more of this because it helps fight rectal cancer?
Yeah, I mean, she cooks like in, a huge turkey, more mashed potatoes than you can ever imagine, and it's just because you never know
Steve,
who's going to pop in the door.
They put on Janis Joplin's Greatest Hits.
Right, yeah.
Everybody just,
Look at your dad.
All this family stuff.
But you guys are very you bring people into your home and you're very generous. It's a nice. In fact, that is what Thanksgiving is about: sharing and giving thanks and all of that.
There's kids running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody texted over a link to a book on Walmart.com called Hookers and Blows Save Christmas. I do need to take a look at that. All right, anyhow. By the way, Dog Man, the author of Dog Man is the same one as Captain Underpants.
I'm looking at it right now, so
there
it's
you
the
go.
same, yes.
All right, well, anyhow. We need to take a break. That's what we're going to do. We will come back. We have bizarre file stories to get to in a little bit. Tat Tuesday is still taking place. And we have a concert announcement, which I think we're going to get to in music news. We'll have a chance for you to win some tickets to that concert as well. So we'll be back in a second. Make sure you stay with us.
Spittle just one day after sharing on the social media platform she was suffering from tonsillitis. In the series of pics that featured Miley in her hospital gown, she explained how she was trying to get better before this weekend's Gorilla Palooza.
What the hell?
It's an entire concert series performed by gorillas.
No, it's a charity event hosted by Ellen DeGeneres' The Ellen Fund.
For her gorilla sanctuary.
That is correct, yeah. Well, to raise global conservation efforts.
Right.
She had written, hoping the rock star gods send me a boost of badass and help me kick this S to the curb where it belongs. We got gorillas to save.
I love the way she talks.
She captioned a somber hospital bed selfie that showed an IV in her arm.
I don't feel so good.
You don't feel so good?
I don't feel so good.
Okay.
I hope my voice, everyone sends some good vibes because I want to be able to perform for Gorilla Palooza.
Oh, gross.
Shut up, Kathy.
Yeah, right?
From there. From there,
Hi, everyone.
From
I'm
there-
here in the hospital because I have tonsillitis and I want my voice to get better for Gorilla Palooza.
You have tonsillitis and you want your voice to get better
Gorilla Palooza.
because you're afraid you'll lose it.
Yeah.
Something like
No,
that.
for gorillas.
From there, Miley changed tones and began to get more optimistic about her current situation, opening up about how looking good, about how looking good can make a person feel good.
Yeah, she's right.
Practicing what she preached, the singer showed off her oversized hospital gown that she cheekily redesigned to be more form-fitting, low-cut, and sleeveless.
Look, a gorilla could wear this.
A gorilla could wear that. She took the scissors out and she cut up her gown and made it into something a little more
Fancy.
Miley-ish.
Wow.
Unbelievably enchanting.
Yeah, just a beacon of light.
Just a beacon of light and
dark
hope.
world.
And gorilla saving.
Yeah.
She wrote, how you present yourself can determine how you feel. And she captioned a mirror selfie in the hospital room that featured her mother, Tish, standing behind her and doing her hair. And she said, thank you, Mama, for helping this little sickie look a little bit better by brushing my God.
So gross.
So gurgly.
It's not getting better.
Mama, please, can I go help the gorillas?
She also wrote, redesign my hospital gown.
Maybe she needs to just rest.
The final post saw Miley being
get in the bed,
being showered, and this is her in bed, showered with love by her friends as she laid in her hospital bed, covered with rose petals, next to a giant bouquet of bright yellow sunflowers and a large "I love you" balloon. And she wrote, "I love my main gaze."
Well, her boyfriend came to visit overnight, Preston. The stories have been updated.
Wait, who's your boyfriend?
I don't know. He's a mystery man.
Mystery man.
And he's playing guitar for her.
Played acoustic for her, and she's chilling. She's in bed, Steve. So she's resting up.
All right, looks like Danny Glover.
Yeah, it's not Danny Glover. It's a white guy with a beanie on.
That's my bitch.
No.
So she's healing up as we speak.
Well, listen, she's trying to heal for a good cause.
But what a voice.
We all support gorillas.
Mm-hmm. A nervous sex shop customer with a marked resemblance to Elvis Presley is the subject of a manhunt in New Zealand.
Like a double-headed dildo, man.
Police want to speak to the Elvis lookalike in connection with the theft of an imitation vagina from Peaches and Cream Adult Megastore in suburban Auckland.
This one looks just like Scylla.
Staff member Kat Mayer described the man as having black, slick-backed hair and wearing large sunglasses, and in a not very Elvis touch, an orange high-visibility vest.
Look at that vagina, man. That thing's huge.
He had attempted to buy the sex toy, but when his credit card was declined, he said that he was going to go out and get another card. Instead, he snatched the vagina.
Snatched his vagina.
And ran out of the shop. She said...
It's called dine and gash.
She said...
That's good.
Thank you, man. That's why I'm the king.
She said it's really frustrating when this sort of thing happens. So rude, and it ruins your day. She said the man tried to distract her. She said he was very energetic and erratic, going around the shop.
I got so much energy, man.
Talking a lot. He brought a sex toy called Like a Virgin up to the counter, but his card was declined.
I ain't nothing but a hound doggy style.
He was really vivacious. She said, I'm not here to judge anyone, but he comes in really vivacious, and he blindsided me. I mean, I look like an idiot, but it happened so quick, and before I know it, he's running off down the street.
Don't beat yourself up. If a guy who's an energetic Elvis comes into your sex shop, you're going to be thrown off.
Local police confirmed that they had received a report of theft at the store, so they are looking for Elvis with a fake vagina. How about one of our favorites, Lindsay Lohan? She seems to be vying for Liam Hemsworth's attention after following his split from Miley Cyrus.
He played Thor, baby.
No, that was the other.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, this is Liam.
There's two of them?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Liam was in the
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. Thank you,
I got
Dave.
the wrong one.
Liam appears to be the only single remaining in a quick, fast Hollywood recoupling. Miley has moved on with Caitlyn Carter, who just split from Brody Jenner, who is now with Josie Canseco.
Oh, my God. You know, if he really wants to throw it back in her face, Liam should get with Caitlyn Jenner.
That would be.
What's your name, hot stuff? Are you Thor? Hunger Games.
That would be wonderful. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm hungry.
Hungry for some games.
Lindsay,
let's play hide the pickle.
So here's what happened. Lindsay hit on Liam in the comments section of an E! News repost of a selfie of Liam and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, my
OMG.
God. You need a forensic scientist to backtrack this.
Who watches this stuff?
By the way, Lindsay, there was... it's all gone south. The smoking, the hard living. She just she ruined everything.
So the E! News account captioned the selfie, "It's an age-old debate, Chris or Liam Hemsworth." And then Lindsay responded in the comments, "Why didn't we meet in Sydney or Bondi?" That's it, folks.
Okay.
That's the flirt. That's the big flirt.
There it is, man.
All right.
I got some time off.
Liam and Chris.
You can make me a Vegemite sandwich. because you come from land down under. Women thunder, men plunder.
And Liam and Chris have been hanging in Australia since the split.
Let's hang. Let's pet some dingoes.
So what?
Pet some dingoes.
Oh, pet some dingoes.
What you thought you heard?
I didn't know what that was.
It's Australian.
I heard pants and dingoes.
Pants and dingoes.
It's a great. It's an Aboriginal vaudeville team. I'm pants and I'm dingoes.
Yeah. Break out the didgeridoo. It's time for pants and dingoes.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Yep.
Waka waka waka.
That's the punchline.
Those are the jokes. And then instead of like a slide whistle, that's what they play. The Aborigines like, yeah, it's good.
Do you remember the squirtable butter used to come in a thing?
Yeah, butter spray.
Is that what?
I
No,
can't
not
believe it's
spray,
not
not
butter.
spray.
There's an actual like liquid, almost
Really?
like
liquidy
like the way you
butter.
dispense mustard.
It was more back in the 80s probably, and if you had a waffle, you could go blink, 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 blink in each little.
If I had a waffle,
Each little
I'd eat it
crevice.
in the morning. Yeah, there we go.
You
Parkway.
need butter in every little square?
You do.
If you're
you're a man.
If you're a man. No.
Okay.
No, I obsess about little things like that.
Okay.
It's just like weird.
So your answer is yes, you do.
Yeah, I have a butter memory with Preston that is probably 19 years old. Do you know what it is?
memories.
Butter memory.
Preston, do you remember the butter memory?
That's probably 19 years old.
19 years old.
memories.
You would have to butter memories. You would have to give me a hint.
Me, you, Steve, and Marilyn.
Wow.
that wraps it up.
Butterfest,
We did a show
1998.
for 3 years together.
Media Court Diner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know the butter memory?
Yeah.
Oh, well, do tell.
So we're sitting there, and it's after we had done a show, and we're having lunch, and there was
We're all just getting to know each other, by the way.
yeah, we're all getting to know each other, and so they had a little ramekin full of butter, which is a small dish. And so I guess it was a ball of butter or something like that. And we're just talking, and I just reach out and grab it and just squish it with my hand, just to be outrageous,
provocative.
I'm like, ooh, butter,
Yeah.
and I did that, and he died laughing.
I was like, what? I wish I would have done that.
On the first time.
That looked fun.
Butter memories.
But if I owned a diner and
I dine in the morning.
and I was serving waffles, there would be a special little spray that I would put melted butter in so that you could go.
You would keep it like you could even have it as you could have the way you have a mug warmer where your butter could be on it and with the pump so that you could dispense that
Now
way.
it would need to be more like misty,
like a fire hose.
No, like
a spray bottle.
like a spray bottle, like you would spray your indoor plants.
Like a spritz.
I disagree. I think that the butter, like the spray butter, you're lessening the quality of the butter product. And if you're going to have like actual butter, you're going to need to have like a vat of melted butter. This is your diner, so I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business.
You open your own diner next door and do
build your own
regular,
goddamn diner.
normal, boring pats of
I
butter.
kind of want to work with you,
Yeah.
like almost like as if I was your therapist, and to make you okay with not having butter in every square. Like it's all right.
No, I know.
It's still gonna taste good. You're gonna get enough butter.
Believe me, I've
Touchstone Pictures. He had to have butter in every square until a concerned therapist came into his life. My name is Romano. I think I can help you.
Then we need some good music, like
Yes,
Peter
inspiring,
Gabriel,
Salisbury Hill.
Salisbury Hill, yeah. See if you can pull that. So the serious part when he realizes he has a problem.
Oh, no, I can't even get it together anymore. Every time I go into the diner, I start trembling like crazy. I think I know someone you can talk to. And then she came into his life. My name's Romano, and today's the day we start making changes. From Touchstone Pictures, the story of a boy who learned now how to not have butter in every square of his waffle. Butter squareless waffle boy.
Butter squareless waffle boy.
Or something to that effect.
It's a butter
I
therapist.
feel like I already went through this with Jace, like at breakfast time. It's okay, honey.
Unbutterable.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
giving away the last of our passes for the Cream of the Scream Stop Number 2 Base Motel Haunted Hayride tonight at 6 o'clock.
Such a good time.
It's going to be a beautiful night tonight.
Yes,
by the way.
absolutely.
Just cloudy skies, a little bit cool, perfect for getting your ass
funk on
destroyed by being scared. Why did I just say get your ass destroyed?
What the hell are they doing down there?
It's terrifying.
There's half of Base Motel will rip your butthole to shreds. You'll be crapping blood for a month.
3 callers right now.
Look at that. It's my sphincter.
What happened? 263 WMMR. Oh, my God. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
You know him from movies and streaming shows, and of course, one of the best podcasts in the world. And we're happy he's back in town. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Maron is here. Hey, Mark.
Am I on? Is it on?
It is on.
And comedy. They know me from comedy.
They do.
All
That's
right.
why you're at the Miriam tonight, man. We were checking our records, and I think the last time you came by for a visit was in our studio in 2012.
I know. Look at us all turning old. Look at a bunch of old men now.
That's why you got to shave your head.
I do? Is it time?
What happens is it at least removes that visual cue, So
then you're just the ageless bald man.
Exactly.
How old is that Buddha?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you look good, Buddha.
Yeah. I don't know when it happened to me though. Like I'm just starting to notice it now. For years,
You
I was
look
like,
good though. No, you look good. I'm going to say I'm going to put you in the age-defying category, and I think because you have an iconic mustache.
Oh, is that what's happening?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I finally have an iconic mustache.
Yes, I think because you can be drawn with your facial hair. You're in one of the rare class of people, celebrities, who can be defined by their facial hair. Just in a sketch.
I used to do the sort of a soul patch zapper thing. Now I got some. Now I got a full beard going. But I think I just noticed it a couple weeks ago. I think I slept one might have been last Wednesday. I woke up old. Like I feel like everybody hits that moment where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, it happened. I don't know when it happened.
Do you know what it is? It's like sometimes. Why does that jiggle now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is.
Are you jumping up and down in front of the mirror? Look at me. It's all going. It's all jiggling.
That's it.
Something hurts that didn't hurt before.
That's happening.
And the time to recover takes longer.
Yeah, if you ever do recover, it's the living with the hurting. You know what I mean? Like I guess.
WMMR.
All right, let's take another run at this bizarre file thing.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Someone's underwear.
Yeah, there it goes. Brought to you by PHL TV, and Young Sheldon joins The Big Bang Theory on PHL 17 weeknights at 7 and 9:30. Family night every night is on PHL 17. All right, here's a story out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Opening statements happened yesterday in the trial of Julia Enright, a dominatrix accused of stabbing a former classmate to death 4 years ago inside a treehouse that was outfitted with restraints. Enright is accused of murdering 20-year-old Brandon Chickless, a former boyfriend, and leaving his body at the side of the road in New Hampshire wrapped in trash bags.
Wow.
Prosecutors allege that Enright, a phlebotomist who had a side business as a dominatrix, lured Chickless to a treehouse near her home and murdered him to satisfy a growing urge to kill.
I don't know if I'd be too down with a phlebotomist who was a dominatrix.
The woman, who was 21 at the time, had a number of deviant interests, the prosecutors allege, including sexual cutting and blood play. 8 days before Chickless was last seen alive, Enright tried to and failed to bribe Planned Parenthood to allow her to keep a fetus she aborted, they allege, so she could, quote, play with its bones.
Dear God.
Oh, this is horrible stuff.
Yeah.
So Enright had a fascination with animal bones, prosecutors say, and routinely placed dead animals in bags or cages so she could use their bones to make art after they decomposed.
What are you thinking about?
Authorities searching her home found vials of blood, a used condom collection, Kathy, numerous knives, and, quote, a wet specimen. And they didn't go into details as to what that is.
Oh, my God.
Dude, this is crazy messed up. The prosecution...
And she was putting raisins on mac and cheese.
Oh, my God. The prosecution and defense last month argued for hours about how much evidence jurors could be able to see. The defense argued much of it was irrelevant and unfairly prejudicial under the law. while prosecutors argue it was relevant to, among other topics, Enright's mental capacity and motive. Prosecutors have said that the tree house where the murder took place featured a system of restraints. Also admissible are photos authorities took in Enright's home of vials of blood, specimens, a dominatrix outfit, and paraphernalia. Photographs of plastic tubs with animal carcasses in various states of rotting will be allowed too.
Jesus.
Excluded items included photos of a bucket of organs, a number of carcasses with the organs showing, as well as a video of the same with the defendant licking blood from a body part and a photograph of someone holding an organ.
They also took the Snuggie she wears when she watches Hallmark Christmas movies.
Oh, no. Chickless had been stabbed more than 13 times, aside from the deviant information at issue in the trial.
Wow.
Prosecutors have several key pieces of evidence, including DNA matches for Chickless's blood in the treehouse and in Enright's car. So, wow.
I've always wanted a treehouse.
Man,
that's
me
my
too.
takeaway from this story.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's all think about treehouses after that story. Excuse me. Des Moines police say that they may have known how an apartment fire started early Monday morning. According to police, the fire started inside an apartment when an occupant attempted to light a bug on fire on a futon.
That should work.
It lit up like a tinderbox, according to police.
Oh, no.
Several people have been displaced after the fire. Emergency crews had to block off part of the main road while they battled the flames. No one was injured, but smoke filled the entire building. So even though only 4 apartments had any damage, they are taking extra precautions and evacuating 3 other units because of all the smoke that filled up into the building. I don't have any other details. I don't know why this person thought it was a good idea to set a bug on fire.
Yeah.
If they were trying to, use it as an extermination process of like using a spray can or anything. I don't know anything other than they lit a bug on fire and the apartment went up in flames.
You could just hit it with a newspaper.
You could do that too. There are options. A 29-year-old man from upstate New York is in critical condition after he caught on fire when police used a taser to subdue him.
This has happened before.
I've heard of this.
Yeah.
And if the conditions are correct. So Jason Jones is in an intensive care burn unit with grave injuries that he sustained after he reportedly covered himself with hand sanitizer and began arguing with the police.
There you go.
He allegedly walked into the village police department last weekend and a confrontation with officers began. Law enforcement was familiar with Jones from previous encounters and they deployed a taser to subdue the man. They were afraid that he was going to hurt himself. The incident involving Jones is being investigated by the district attorney's office. Law enforcement said that the man had started taking off his clothes in the police station and then doused himself with the flammable substance in front of officers before they tased him. Wow. All right, one last story, and then we will wrap things up. Let me see. I need kind of a shorter one. Let's end with this one. A man who walked within feet of a bull elk as the animal stood guard over its harem was toppled by the animal in a scary incident captured on video. The footage, captured by Eric Burley in the northern Colorado town of Estes Park, shows the elk flipping the man head over heels after a series of warnings issued by Burley. Burley, who lives in Denver, said the man was not seriously injured. The footage shows passersby helping him to his feet, placing themselves in danger.
I didn't know it would do that.
He said he and his wife visited the... I didn't know that was going to happen.
I didn't know it would do that.
Burley said he and his wife visited the elk herds gathered. The scene was peaceful until another bull elk approached the alpha elk defending his harem. Burley knew that it was time to give the animals a wide berth, but many tourists ignored the warning signs and remained in close proximity.
The elk was named Procol.
Oh, wow.
So it's Procol's harem.
I didn't know that. Viewers can hear Burley's warning saying, "Sir, watch out, watch out." And the man seems intent on walking directly past the elk, and then he was knocked over the wall, head over heels, and...
I didn't know it would do that.
This time of year, man, the elk are all over Estes. It's right next
Are
to
they?
Rocky Mountain National Park.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they come down from the hills and the mountains, and like there's golf courses in Estes, and so they're everywhere. And so people that go to visit them, you got to be careful, or something like this could happen.
Did you guys see the footage of the car parked? It was in Yellowstone, and a whole huge herd of bison start moving, just walking down. They can't go anywhere, and they're just walking. They're
Just gotta wait it out.
They're parting for the car.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yep. That's all I have in the bizarre file for you. Last couple of minutes to text in the word tattoo to 39333 for you to win the Preston and Steve tattoo from our friends at Floating World Tattoo and Piercing at 1729 South Street in Philly. And also, when we get back, we have lesson question, trash, music news, and a concert announcement of music news. So stay with us.
My toes are like that now. Yeah, but I feel all right. I think so.
You're in good shape. You've remained in good shape for quite a while.
It takes work, man.
You know, I was watching, Mark, a documentary just over last weekend on Sam Kinison, and you go back to that. And I think of all the ways, and knowing you were going to be in, the bizarre, fluidity of life, and you're in that prominently.
I was.
Yeah, you're mentioned many times. Yeah, in the beginning. So the
where is this on?
Yeah, it's Prime or something. So, but long story short, if you look at your career the way it's firing now, it's got to be wild to be where you were back then, to gone through all you've gone through.
Yeah.
The book is out. Waiting for the punch.
Yeah.
The shows, the podcast, interviewing the president, all of this stuff. Do you have time to take a breath and absorb it all, or do you just keep going?
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm experimenting with experiencing peace of mind. And happiness, because I'm told it's beneficial to us, and that's what we're working towards.
Yeah.
It does get to a point where because things turned around for me. Not later in life. I'm not 70, but I mean, my success came in my 40s.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference. I know people are like, they say, does success really make a difference? Yes.
Yeah.
It does make a difference in terms of, because you spend so much time committed to something. Like with comedy, I mean, that's all I wanted to do, and that's all that I really am. And when you do that, after a certain point, there's no plan B. You get 20 years into something, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I could always... Oh, man.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
There's nothing there. What the last job I had was a really legit job. I was a grill cook, in college, I think, before I committed to comedy. Or I worked at a coffee shop somewhere. So it's not lost on me that it's sort of amazing that I've pulled it out in the second half here. But I am trying to appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to do nice things. I'll go ahead and fly first class if that's okay. And,
yes,
and the other
treat yourself, because you don't want to be that guy who shuns all.
No, I don't. But I also have that brain of a comic where it's sort of like, I don't know when this money's going to go away. I don't know when the work's going to dry up. I don't know if I'm going to get that club date.
Right.
And I still have that survival kind of mindset.
Do you know what was very, very telling was, and I always reference it because I think it's probably as true a thing as you'll ever see, is Joan Rivers in her documentary right at the end there. She had her book. Her schedule, and there was open space, even at her career, with the way everything was going. I got to fill that in. It's a day open. I got it. Right. So it never leaves you, does it?
It doesn't. No. But I'm always pretty busy. I'm doing the comedy, and then I do the TV show now, the Glow Show. We got one more season of that.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a fun show. And then the podcast
and Joker. All this stuff. I mean, that's.
I got a hot, like a tight 40 seconds in Joker.
Hey, you got more than Brian Callen.
Callen's like, is that him?
Yeah. Yeah, he got more than Gary Goldman.
No, Gary Goldman was kind of featured, but he's doing his act.
Yeah, I love him, by the way.
Well, it was funny because there's this whole thing where I did it was a longer scene with me and De Niro. It wasn't the whole movie, but we did a walk and talk thing heading up to the dressing room where we enter, and that's the scene in the Joker. But there's a whole other thing where I'm like, how you doing? What's going on? Let's not do this.
Do you excise that?
Well, because I asked the guy, Todd Phillips, I said, before I saw the movie, I said, am I in it? Did I make the cut? He goes, well, we cut the walk and talk. And I was like, all right. He goes, we had to, because he said, there's not a scene in that movie that doesn't involve the Joker.
Yeah.
So it's completely from his point of view, or he's always in every frame. So anything that didn't involve him, that he wasn't in, they took out. And it made sense to me.
Okay.
And he said that one, like that scene, that walk and talk, had nothing to do with Joker. So they really...
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
You had a funny observation on Colbert you were talking about.
Because Yeah, I mean, I get this opportunity.
It's De Niro. It's freaking De Niro.
Well, people I'm fairly critical of Marvel movies, and I get, I've gotten a lot of pushback.
Well, as you can
from
see, we're fans.
Yeah, but I get a lot of pushback from the grown male nerd community.
Yes.
Has it gets very mad at me. But when they found out I did Joker, they're like, "No, you're a hypocrite," and they're very excited that they think they won something.
Yeah,
but
we got him. We converted him.
No, they were like, this guy's opinion means nothing.
Right.
He's a sellout. but the bottom line is, you get a call from your agent, and they're like, "You want to do a scene with Joaquin and De Niro?" I'm like, it's in a comic movie. I'm like, "No, I didn't." Yes, of course. What am I? Of course, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Right.
So, all right. Can I ask you what your stance is on these comic movies? Because are you up there with like how Bill Maher feels about them?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Bill has a tone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's delicate. That's delicate.
And I don't know if I'm within that tone.
Okay.
I mean, I think you could put me in the mildly condescending.
Right. Sure.
I have a problem with it culturally, because I do believe that there's a fanatical sort of commitment to them. I do believe that because of their popularity, they do push out other entertainment options. And I do believe that, I don't know that as a grown-up, I've earned this age that I'm at. I don't want to feel sort of bullied to go see children's movies.
Okay. So I understand that. I understand that
because people who like those movies, even if they're grown-ups, they're sort of like, come on. They're almost like the missionaries for them. There's just like a bunch of Disney stooges, who are trying to tell you it's like this is their life.
Well, right. I've been a fan throughout all my life, and so it attaches to pivotal moments of my childhood.
That. Sure.
But I understand it's the same way vegans try to push, the whole thing. And I
think one is more healthy. Like I don't think you're getting any health benefits from the Avengers movies. Well, Batman's like the DC Marvel's different. Like, and I've used that joke. Like when people were like, "Yeah, you're doing it's a DC movie." So, it's a little darker, a little more grown up. More grown up. Yeah.
I do understand it because I love the movies. Yeah. I'm not a comic book guy. I didn't read the comic books growing up, so I don't have this like long vested interest in like, oh my God, it's finally happening.
I think it's a belief system.
Right.
I mean, these guys have been reading. Go ahead. Sorry.
But no, my wife doesn't watch any of them, and I tried to have.
I think that's something a lot of men say.
But I tried to have this argument with her. I'm like, no, it's really, really great cinema. But now, like hearing you talk, I'm like, okay, you know what? Listen. You're allowed to not be into them, and I need to just kind of like drop it right then and there. Like, okay,
wow, I think if this feels like some sort of peace talk.
We've made a breakthrough. Yeah,
I mean, you're just going to drop it right there. That's interesting. You sure you don't want to get online with an army of your peers?
No,
and talk
it's
about
too much work, man.
That's an argument nobody's ever going to win. So that's what gets me is why have that argument? Maybe just for the catharsis of having the argument itself.
No, I tell you why. And my producer Brendan has explained this to me is because this is a group of people that were sort of marginalized in a way. The nerds were always sort of the brunt of the joke.
Yeah.
And now they own culture.
They do.
And they're not going to let it go. So anybody that's going to start pushing at it, they're like, no! And it's always shrill and awkward, and they're having feelings.
Well, you look at like Scorsese just caught.
I think that was a reasonable
and he's just saying, listen, if Martin, you certainly have to entertain Martin Scorsese's view on things. At its basic core, it's fun. Yeah. That's what it is. It's a diversion. It's a harkening back nostalgically for childhood.
Right.
But it's not a I don't want to leave childhood. But I know what you're saying.
I get bored. Yeah. I'm bored. Right. Do you know what I mean? The stories are simple, and I get it. Like I know they're like you got to see the one with Hugh Jackman and what's that
Logan.
one?
Wolverine.
If you want to start, because I'm going to try to watch some.
Yeah.
Just for
watch Logan.
I think I'll start at the beginning. I've seen Iron Man.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I think that maybe Iron Man. I don't know.
It's okay.
You don't.
It's really okay.
Again, it's funny because we deal with obviously the station plays music and a song will come up and. It's the ultimate subjective thing. How do you respond to music? But
that sucks.
People speak in concrete. This is great.
Yeah. It's the same with comedy. It's the same with everything. These things are subjective. You don't have to like them.
Right.
But I mean, my problem is with those movies, generally, I really do get bored. I mean, if you're not thrilled by dudes flying around and throwing buildings and rocks and cars and things, I don't know. It was never my thing. And I read some comics, but even the comics I read when I was a kid were not those. I read like Swamp Thing, and then I went into the Gaiman stuff, Hellblazer and Sandman. I liked
good stuff.
I liked a lot of the underground world of comics. I like Daniel Clowes. I like that guy. What's his name? Burns, who does the 8-ball comics.
So what do you
Peter
like?
Bag.
Do you like horror movies and stuff?
No.
Or you're not into that stuff?
No, I
like
have
monster
no
movies?
patience. No patience for that. Like, just kill the guy. I don't know what that feeling of suspense is not one of my favorite entertainment feelings.
What in the pop culture realm? What's your go-to genre? What do you most find yourself being drawn to when you go to a movie? If you have,
that's a good question. I don't know. I've been watching Succession.
I just started watching that.
I love it.
Everyone raves about it. Yeah,
well, the way they talk to each other is amazing because it's not real, but it's like there's the emotional weirdness of the whole thing is great. I just rewatched the entire Breaking Bad.
Me too. Well,
you did?
Yeah. Well, Preston and I did a year or so ago, and now I've watched the last few episodes again because of the Netflix movie that's coming out with Jesse.
I went to the premiere.
Oh, how was
it?
Can we ask?
Whose phone is going?
It's yours, I think.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, that happened at the end of Hamilton on Tuesday night.
Hey, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Is it your alarm?
It's 7:30.
Oh, my God.
I almost didn't wake up because I thought I said it and I didn't say it, but I woke up anyways. Yeah. The movie's good. It's good. It's almost like I think he made it just because he's like, these guys were so great. Let's just make one more movie.
Okay.
I can
one more
see
thing
that.
with this.
I'm fine with that.
But the premiere was great. I don't usually go to a lot of those, but because I'm on a Netflix show and I've done specials and I've been on a few of their shows, they invite me, and I was like, I'm going to go to this one.
Yeah.
So I wore this shirt, the one you kind of.
I love he's wearing a denim shirt that I really like.
Well, thank you. I mean, I know it's stiff. I know it's new because I knew the way you said it. It's like you're like, wow, where'd you get that shirt? It was a compliment, but they were sort of like a little new. It's a little. Yeah. Maybe you might want to break that in. But
is it itchy?
Where'd you get that brand new denim shirt?
Had an edge to it. Yeah. You just got that, didn't you? It wasn't a full-on compliment.
Yeah.
Like, that's a denim shirt you got.
That thing is really denim, isn't it?
In the world of denim, that's passive aggressive.
Look, we got to work on him.
That's hilarious.
But the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm still like crazy because I still get kind of starstruck, and it's just kind of because I walk the carpet. I don't have to, but
It's been a show.
Today, for the lesson question, we give away a 4-pack of tickets for Harry Potter, the exhibition at the Franklin Institute, by the way, February 18th. It starts. All right, so the question I have for you this morning is, what did Jesus ride into Palm Sunday? 215-263 WMMR. What did Jesus ride on into Palm Sunday?
Oh, that's right.
Let's see if you know the answer to that. 215-263 WMMR. A little nugget that we found out this morning. While you call in and attempt to give us your answer, we will do this little thing we call the Hollywood Trash.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
And it's brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Listen every Saturday while you watch the game at home. Order through the Jersey Mike's app to get free delivery every Saturday. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. What's going on, Steve?
Well, Dwayne Johnson expanding on his declaration last week that all of his future movies will never again employ the use of real guns firing blanks. Johnson says he's determined to go way above and beyond to secure on-set safety and will now only use finger guns.
Oh my God.
Gwyneth Paltrow kicked off the In Goop Health Summit in Los Angeles on Sunday. The week-long wellness event, which began years ago with the unveiling of the Gwyneth Vagina-scented candle, is expected to wrap up with something that smells like her butthole. That's how you sell it over there. And finally, Kathy, you'll be interested in this. Stars of the Netflix series Sex Life, Sarah Stahi and boyfriend Adam Demos were spotted having dinner at a trendy Italian restaurant in Santa Monica over the weekend. Observers say he had requested a table for the three of them, her, him, and his gigantic penis. And that's your Hollywood trip.
Let's see if you know the answer to this morning's question. What did Jesus ride on into Palm Sunday? 215-263 WMMR, and I will go to Joe to see if we can get an answer. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Preston.
All right, Joe, what did Jesus ride into Palm Sunday?
It was a bike.
A bike. That's why we get bikes on Easter. Yeah. Scream for it, Joe. Hang on. We'll get your info, and we're going to give you a 4-pack of tickets for Harry Potter, the exhibition. Something magical is coming to Philadelphia. Harry Potter, the exhibition, makes its world premiere debut on February 18th, 2022 at the Franklin Institute. Tickets are now on sale at fi.edu.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Good housekeeping.
All right, it is brought to you this morning by Primo Hoagie's Turkey Stuffing, Cranberry Sauce, and Mayo. A meal best served cold. The Pilgrim is back. You can go to PrimoHoagies.com for the nearest location. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
Oh, look out! Look out!
All right, so should we lead with our concert announcement?
Yeah.
All right, why not? Why not? We'll do that now. So this is cool. This band is going to be playing 2 separate shows. It will be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City on April 1st and 2nd, and the tickets will go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. via hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com. And we are happy that it's going to be Greta Van Fleet. And they are coming to town, or at least to Atlantic City in our area. And you can now win a pair of tickets for the April 1st show before you can buy them. Caller number 19 at 215-263-WMMR. We will give you that pair of tickets. So caller number 19, Greta Van Fleet. And that, again, 2 shows, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We're giving away a pair of tickets for the show April 1st, the first show. So it's going to be April 1st and 2nd. Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. via hardrockhotelatlanticcity.com. So get them now if you will. All right, elsewhere in the world of music news, we'll go with Foo Fighters. They secretly filmed a movie called Studio 666. It's about what happens when the legendary rock band rents an Encino mansion steeped in grisly rock and roll history to record their 10th album. The movie is based on a story written by Dave Grohl. Studio 666 is set to open in more than 2,000 theaters on February 25th.
Does it got a monster?
It must. So here's the story. After decades of ridiculous music videos and numerous music documentaries under our collective belts, it was finally time, or this is what Dave said in a statement, to take it to the next level. A full-length feature horror comedy film. Like most things Foo, Studio 666 began with a far-fetched idea that blossomed into something bigger than we ever imagined possible. Filmed at the same house where we recorded our latest album, Medicine at Midnight. He said, told you the place is haunted. We wanted to recapture the classic magic that all of our favorite rock and roll movies had, but with a twist. Hilarious gore that effing rocks. And now, with the help of Tom Ortenberg and the team at Open Road Films, we can finally let this cat out of the bag after keeping it our best-kept secret for 2 years. Be ready to laugh, scream, and headbang in your popcorn. Studio 666 will F you up.
What was that movie? It was a full-length movie with a intertwining actual plot line that Metallica did.
Yeah.
It was in 3D.
I actually some kind of monster.
Well, that's the documentary.
That's the doc. But it was an actual horror film.
Yeah.
And they filmed them on tour, and I don't
Right.
remember what it was.
So there was concert footage, and there was an actual storyline.
Click on James Hetfield there, Nick, and see if anything comes up.
He wasn't acting in it, right? He was him as James Hetfield?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go down, there's a category
Hetfield
called
did act in the
itself.
He was the
himself.
state trooper in the the serial killer. I can't believe I have
Yeah,
the
it was
name.
Bundy.
Bundy,
yeah.
Al
And
Bundy.
he was good in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
In addition to starring in the film, the band's members are also among the executive producers on the movie. So maybe somebody will text him with that information. Former Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Klinghoffer shed light on his new gig as Pearl Jam's supplemental live guitarist.
It was Through the Never, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's a song by them.
Right.
So Klinghoffer was let go by Chili Peppers in December 2019 after 10 years together when the veteran guitarist John Frusciante had rejoined the band. During a chat with Consequence of Sound, Klinghoffer spoke about performing with his heroes in Pearl Jam. He said, "It's enormously gratifying. My bedroom wall when I was like 11, 12, 13 years old was all these people. And I feel like I've known these guys for 30 years already. I don't know if that will make it work better or not. He went on to say, I mean, obviously, the role that I'm filling in their band is kind of funny at the moment, just in terms of the music that they've recorded in the past and the songs that I know really well. I'm sort of doing a new role, playing a lot of percussion or background vocals, predominantly with the new stuff. And then anything that's an older song that has a harmony or extra little things that sort of get by without, I have free range to add if it makes sense to. So kind of a cool thing, and it'll only fill out their sound even more, you know?
Yeah, listen, the guy's talented, you know? Man.
Paul, this is sad news. Paul Stanley announced the death of his father, William Eisen, 101 years old.
Yeah, I saw a picture that I guess he posted of the two together, and the guy looks really good for his age.
Although the Kiss co-founder admitted in his 2014 autobiography, Face the Music, A Life Exposed, his relationship with both his parents was strained throughout his childhood and adolescent years. But as an adult, the pair bonded and became close with the birth of Paul's own children. He wrote, "My dad, William Eisen, has left this earth after 101 years and 7 months. His thirst for acknowledge never waned. He could speak on virtually any subject. His pride in my accomplishments was heartwarming, as well as seeing his love of my family. He said he'd always be with me, and he will."
In honor of his death, I'm going to plant a chicken.
Is that a thing, or?
I thought it was.
Ace, by the way, posted his own tribute to Paul's father, writing, "Wanted to express my deepest sympathy and condolences to Paul and his family and friends, and the passing of his father, William, who I had many conversations with over the years. He'll be greatly missed by everyone who knew him. R.I.P. William Eisen, and God bless." Seether's Sean Morgan hates social media and says it's disgusting. During an interview with Loudwire, Morgan explained why he hates it, saying, "I just had a massive traumatic experience with my 19-year-old daughter. She's the perfect case study for somebody who grew up for the past 5 or 6 years on Instagram, on Facebook, on all these social media things, and how much of her self-esteem is so deeply embedded in little thumbs we all in little thumbs up and little likes and things from people she's never met and probably never will meet."
What he's saying is not true. Is not true.
Yes.
You know, I mean that's something I think about. Growing up in this day and age, you know, we used to have a fair level of anonymity growing up, and there was our small collective. But now this is big platform you're on, and everything is scrutinized.
He continued saying, "Let the kids have a childhood before you throw them online," which I think is absolutely disgusting, that they want to monetize children. He said, because that's really what it is. They want to turn innocent children like babies into a product that they can sell and market and make money off of. That in itself should make people abandon these platforms in disgust. Morgan went on to compare the addictive nature of social media to that of alcohol and drug addiction, calling it damaging, but nothing that the companies don't care because they are noting that the companies don't care because they're making a profit. He said, that's their business model. None of those people have a heart or a soul, to be honest. They're a slave to the dollar, really. So that's how he feels. Something must have happened. And then, Steve, this is kind of a follow-up to something you said last week. Billy Joel showed up to his first post-pandemic performance November 5th at Madison Square Garden, and apparently he lost about 50 pounds recently.
I saw a picture of him.
Yeah.
He looks amazing.
Yep, and it was an unintended weight loss because he had back surgery. He said, "I had back surgery earlier this year. The pain afterward was so bad that I lost my appetite." And he said, "I embraced that." He said, "Okay, I won't eat as much." And I ate less and less. And then there was just life aggravation, and that tends to, impact your appetite too. And ditching the pounds seemed to have a positive effect on his stage presence. As the Post music critic Chuck Arnold reported of his Friday show, Joel, quote, displayed more energy and endurance bouncing around the stage to "We Didn't Start the Fire," "Uptown Girl," and "Is Still Rock and Roll to Me" in the encore. But he said, if you're looking for Joel's weight loss tips, you'll probably strike out. In 2016, he told the Daily Mail, "A guy on a diet is not a guy as far as I'm concerned." Okay.
Well, what is he going to recommend? You get back surgery?
He said, well, this is in 2016.
Yeah.
So he said, I can even judge a woman I'm dating by how she eats. If she picks at her food, she's not going to be good in bed. Billy's a little, he's not character. He added, Jack Nicholson once said, the trouble with this country is all the guys with flat bellies. And he's right. There's nothing more icky to me than a woman going out with a man and he's picking at his food. It's unclear why Billy had the recent back surgery, but in 2010 he underwent a double hip replacement. He said the joint damage was most likely due to being born with his dysplasia and crazy acrobatic musical performances early in his career.
Great. So either lost weight or he's addicted to pills.
Yeah, right? No.
One or the other.
Yeah.
He's always been very physical. You remember his incredible dancing in Uptown Girl.
I looked up the ticket prices.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I would really love to see him again.
I'd like to go.
He looks like, he lost weight, like, whatever.
Energetic show.
It just brought, because I saw this article, $500 a ticket.
God, what?
Per ticket. There were cheap ones for $200 per ticket, but it was behind the stage.
Okay, so is it the entire garden that he's selling out? Or
If you're selling it, he sells out.
No, it's the whole thing.
Kathy, so is general seating, general ticket prices $500 a seat?
So they're all sold out except for, I looked like into April, and there was nothing that the only thing that was not behind the stage was the $500 ticket.
Damn.
This was April you were looking at?
I was looking at April. All the shows prior to that are sold out.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's crazy. He is just
And I really would love to see him
rolling
again,
in it.
But I'm not paying $500 a ticket. I've seen him a number of times.
There's got to be. I've seen him before.
It's not worth it?
Well, no, he's
no,
great.
it's definitely worth it.
$500. If you're going to take at least one other person, it's $1,000 right there.
$1,000 to go see
Forget
a
it.
concert? Come
That's
on.
unbelievable. No, but at least like you get to stay in New York for the night, and that room's going to be cheap. And then if you want to eat,
right,
Glass of orange juice for $75.
All right, so we're looking at okay. They're showing.
See, I didn't see that. I did not see that at all. Is
There's
that
$65 tickets right
is
there.
that are they available?
I don't know.
You know what Billy, though, does? And I call him Billy. Is that, as you pointed out, Preston, he'll leave like the front two rows unsold so that he can bump people down from seats far away and put them up front throughout the show.
Oh, that happened to me.
Oh, you were bumped up?
Yeah, we were. So I knew. I think he was his sound tech. I went to the concert with a girl that I worked with, and her uncle or cousin or something was a sound tech. So he said, come before the show and you can watch him warm up. And we were sitting there. We ended up not being able to see him warm up. And the guy felt so bad. And he said, he does the whole first row. He said, let me see if I can grab those tickets for you. And sure enough, we had to give him our tickets and he swapped us out and we were right front row.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how are you going to beat that now at this point?
Yeah. And that was when he was drinking a lot. And the guy told us, he goes, watch, he has a red and a blue Solo cup. One is, I forget what his liquor of choice was.
Vodka.
It was maybe vodka, and then and the other one was water. And he said, watch, he only drinks out of the alcohol one. And he did. He never once picked up the water.
That's the night he sang Uptown Squirrel, right?
No, and I did also.
Uptown Squirrel.
Sorry,
I've been living in a white squirrel world.
One last story. No, it was like that. He left and he was coming back on for the encore. And because we were in the first row, we could see them. There were people backstage. He was coming out to do Piano Man. There were people backstage literally pushing him onto the stage.
Wow.
Like he was saying, no, I don't want to do it. And they were like, you have no choice. You have to. And they were pushing him onto the stage.
That's not good.
No, it was in his drinking days for sure.
Everybody, Uptown
Squirrel, I've been living in a white squirrel world. As long as anyone was squirrel. And now I'm looking for a bag of scrap. That's what I am.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for remembering. Uptown Squirrel!
Stevie. And he's known as the angry young squirrel.
There's always a place for the angry young squirrel with his nuts in his hand and his hair. And he's never been able to learn how to bake, and he can't understand.
We didn't start the squirrelies. Like the whole night.
Yeah.
I love squirrels.
I saw one driving over here.
Yeah, all right. We're done with music news.
I hate squirrel.
What's that?
From Up.
It's not Billy Joel.
Nope.
I hate squirrel.
Wow. I had no idea we had that.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I knew we had that one. All right, that's it for music news. Why don't we take a break, come back in a second, get our letter of the day for the word of the week. Turn it over to Pierre on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. Yep.
Not in the movie. Yeah. Then you get that picture. It's like also at the premiere. I was there, you know.
But I'm sure Netflix encourages you if you can because you're a Netflix.
Yeah, and I wore this denim shirt. That was the first. There it is. There's the picture you got. See, that's the denim shirt on its first appearance publicly.
Same pants too.
It is the same pants. I got 4 things, dude. I got 2 pairs of pants I wear at any one time and 3 shirts.
You're stylish.
I love the Us magazine where they say he really loves his, and it's like 5 pictures of you in the denim shirt.
That's it. Yeah. Well, I'm breaking it in. So, but I get starstruck, and also there's a weird mixture of like, do people know who I am, and can I approach them? There's some of them I do. Like I saw Ed Begley there. Ed Begley gave me a big hug. And that's not
Ed
nothing.
Begley's great.
That's not nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I saw Jonathan Banks, who plays Mike.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he does know me, but I walk up to him because I grew up in Albuquerque, and they shot the whole thing in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And my buddy from 2nd grade lives in an apartment building that Mike just got a place in because they shoot out there all the time with Saul and everything else, and they've become friends. So I walk up to Mike. I'm like, my buddy Dave's your buddy, and he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, and then I realize like he doesn't have no idea who I am. Like I don't think he does.
I don't think he gets starstruck.
Oh my God.
No,
Jonathan Banks. He does not impress me as the type that's he's pretty nonplussed.
But yeah, definitely. But the thing that got me, like, Cranston was nice to me because he's been on the show, and I saw Jesse Plemons, who I've not talked to, but he's like, he was, he knew I was, and we talked. I listened to me. I'm like, some of them know me. Some of the celebrities know me. but
we get the same way.
I know, right?
Hey, we know David Faustino.
Yeah, he came here. Yeah. Was he here?
He was here.
Wow.
Kathy doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
Hey, Obama would know you. If you walked into a room and he was there, he would recognize
you. I think he might remember. Yeah.
That was pretty special.
Yeah, it was. The president came over. But 1 second, I
also want to find out. Yes, please.
So I'm at the premiere, and
so
I
many
hear
things
from behind me over at people are sort of talking before the movie started, and I hear Hank's voice. You have Hank from the cop in Breaking Bad. And I didn't even know the actor's name, but I'm like, there's Hank! I want to talk to Hank! Like, when I interviewed Cranston, I swear to God, when I did, I was so immersed in the show, it was years ago, that I could not separate him from Walter White.
Yeah.
And like, throughout the entire interview with him, I'm like, I think I need to talk to Walter. So there's certain characters that really impress. Like, Hank's that guy's great. What's his name?
Dean something or other.
Norris.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
character actor.
I felt myself excited. Like, there's Hank, and he sounds just like Hank talking to other people. But yeah, Obama is no Hank,
right?
But exciting. Yeah.
Speaking of Obama, the podcast WTF with Mark Maron, 10-year anniversary, man. You've really made that just a mainstay, and it's you do it right. You kind of do what we like to do as a radio show. We just have conversations, and we dive into whatever comes up. You have a basic idea of what you want to talk about, but you
do your
paths.
homework a little bit. Yeah. Poke around a little bit. Sometimes I miss things, but you got to get used to people saying like, "Why didn't you ask him about it?" Because you should have told it. No.
No, it's got to be on your terms. But you're so initially your interviewing skills, your chops, were they developed on like Air America, or did you have a good rapport, a conversation ability? Because I told you earlier before we went on that when we first started, our interviews kind of sounded like interrogations as opposed to just conversations. And when did this switch flip for you?
I think that's a style initially.
Yeah.
You want to get these moments. It was like the audio equivalent of clickbait.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're exactly right.
You kind of want to let's get them on this one. Like I don't do morning radio as much as I used to because I don't know what I'm walking into. I know you guys,
right.
But even phoners, you want to be on a phone with a bunch of monsters who are just looking to tear you down, and you've got no way to defend yourself because you're on a phone.
Yeah.
So. But my style really was more about inviting people I knew over to talk about my problems.
Yeah.
So having celebrities over to talk about my problems and maybe find some midway.
It's a disarming entree into a good conversation.
Yeah, but I was in trouble. I was bitter. I was cynical. I had people I had to apologize to. But so it sort of evolved like that.
From like a 12-step almost.
Almost like I need to make an amends, or like do you like me, or like I'm not comfortable with you. But it was always very personal, and it just kind of evolved from there.
I know you've been dealing with nicotine withdrawal, and I wanted to ask you how that's going.
It's all right, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm coming through it. I think I'm at like 7 weeks. And I wasn't even smoking, man. I was doing those lozenges.
So that was the deal, huh?
I loved them. I haven't
Did you ever flirt with the vaping thing?
No.
Okay.
No, I knew right away that there had to be something wrong with
Something's going to be an issue.
Well, what's in it? How are they making that? Who's in charge?
That's the question, isn't it?
I want to know if it's a kind of a well-known, historical cigarette company making me sick. These vapes, it's like, where's the goo coming from? What are you putting in there?
Where's your goo coming from?
If it's not Philip Morris or R.J. Reynolds, I don't want anything to do with that.
Chinese goo.
Chinese goo? What is it? How is that not going to be bad?
Well, why'd you start trying these lozenges? Who turned you on to that, or where'd you get the idea to do that?
Well, I've been wrestling with nicotine my whole life, but I haven't really smoked a cigarette in over a decade. So there was a period there. What happens with me is I got off the smokes. I think I had one cigarette during a Keith Richards interview, but I knew I was on the lozenges, and because he made me smoke with him.
All right.
Of course.
It's Keith Richards.
And he's got a bit of charm when it comes to getting people to do things that are bad for you.
So we've heard,
He's done that to an entire generation, several. But no, and like I do the gum. It took me years to sort of quit, but then I kind of leveled off on lozenges. I was on gum for a while, but they're not good for your jaw. And then Tom Rhodes, another comic.
We've had him in.
He's great. Yeah, he turned me on to Walgreens cinnamon 4 milligram lozenges.
So cinnamon, okay. See, I was always the mint lozenge guy.
Yeah, no, I don't. And I don't do the mint. I don't mind them in a pinch. I'll do them.
Why cinnamon?
When you're an addict, you'll do anything. What do you got? The mini ones are too much for me. The little ones dissolve too quickly.
So were you in effect like chain sucking?
Yeah, for sure, man. Are you kidding? I loved it. I looked forward to them like cigarettes. But what happens to me is I'll get off everything like I am now, and then I'll decide, like, I think I can have a cigar.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a cigar, and then within 2 weeks, I'm having 2-3 cigars a day.
Yeah.
And I feel like my mouth is rotting. So then I got to get back on the lozenges to get off the cigars, and then I'm locked on those.
So you got to look at me because I'm the only one who's currently addicted to nicotine, and I 130% know exactly what you're talking about.
What are you on?
Yeah.
Just the mints?
No. Now I'm on.
Oh, you're dipping? Yeah. The thing is, like with that, I've done that.
But but I'm not smoking.
But I'm not. I get it.
But my lungs are okay, Mark.
I get it. I mean, there was a period. I was getting imported snus from like Norway or Sweden. Like someone got me involved with snus.
Yeah.
Which was I think Swedish, right?
Yeah.
Originally. Yeah. But there's a whole catalog of. There's 100 different snuses from Sweden, and they say like it doesn't cause cancer, which is ridiculous.
You're not spitting.
But I was ordering this stuff that was so strong, like it was like heroin. Like, it's just a packet of snus, and I put it in, and I'd be like, oh, man, I got to sit down. But like in my mind, as a sober guy, I'm like, but I'm not doing anything bad.
Right.
You're sober too, guy?
I'm sober 7.5 years, and I was actually nicotine-free when I got sober.
Yeah.
And then about 3 months into my sobriety, I'm like, well,
you need something.
And this thing is doing great on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. It's Rotten Tomato scores like 94%. I mean, that's a huge nod to how well it is.
A lot of people taking notice of them, and the movie has a really quirky, bizarre angle to it. It's a satire of Hollywood, but there's also a bit of horror and other stuff going on.
And we also want to thank you for all your assistance in the Camp Out for Hunger. We had our totals. They were announced earlier this morning. Over 2.3 million pounds of food. Over $1,047,527. And a bunch of other great things that came out of that. So it was huge. The first place largest by a business donation by a business group organization went to Subaru of America. So we're going to give a Preston and Steve live broadcast. 2 of them because we owe them one. And also a live Pierre broadcast with Comcast. That's right. Yeah, baby. 287,000 pounds.
Wow.
And an advertising schedule on MMR for QVC, who donated 200,000 pounds as well. So it was just a tremendous success, and does continue on because you can still donate at Acme. If you
Did
stop
the
by,
other night, yes.
make a purchase. It's real simple. You can make a donation while you're there. So thank you to everybody. Once again, 2.3 million pounds of food. Monetary, $1,047,527. So great success, and we couldn't have done it. Could not have done it without everybody involved, and of course, you being the key component there. So thank you so much. How you doing, man?
That's great news.
Yeah.
May I ask how that compared with last year? Is that up? Is that about the same as last year?
It's a little bit down.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Nope.
Oh, you're pissed now.
No.
No, I mean, I think anything you get is
Absolutely.
great.
Anything and everything. Listen, and at some point, everything will plateau, but yeah, we're stoked that we got over a million pounds of food.
No, 2 million pounds.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 2.3 million pounds of food and over $1 million.
Dear
Yeah.
God in heaven. I mean,
And still coming in.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's going to feed people all year long.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
My
Appreciate it.
favorite part of Camp Out was the return of Captain Dale. You were back getting a rest.
I didn't
but-
know he was there.
Yes, he
you were-
stopped by.
Nobody told me.
Well, you
Oh,
were not
man.
feeling well.
Oh, I was really sick.
You didn't. You did not have COVID, by the way. You just.
I
had-
did not. Yeah, I
it's
got
possible to have a cold in this
And not
era.
have COVID, yeah.
I had
and
more
not
than
have
that.
COVID.
I had something nasty, but Dr. Mike, I went and got a COVID test, and it definitely wasn't that.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a little cold last week. At the end of last week, I get these home COVID tests. You can get them at CVS Abbott, and it takes 15 minutes. You just rub the thing in your nose a couple times, a Q-tip in your nose, and put it in the gadget box. And 15 minutes
I'm
later,
pregnant.
Yeah, and you're pregnant, and I am pregnant. So congratulations to me.
Wow.
I'm gonna name him Nick.
All right.
I'm going to have a nose baby.
Yeah, a nose baby. Anyway, where was so? What was my point? Oh, one of the
Captain Dale.
highlights was Captain Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came there. Well, I think it was Thursday afternoon on my last day of broadcasting, and he's doing great. So it was really nice to see him.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Been through the mill.
Yeah, he
3
has.
months on a ventilator.
Yeah.
But back, and moving a little slow, but he's totally, in the process of rehabilitation. And
he's on the right side of the dirt, man. You know,
Yeah.
it could have gone the other way, and it didn't. And to see him and to hug him was a fantastic thing.
Yeah, just wonderful. Just
Yeah, and
wonderful.
especially at Camp Out, which is a huge part of
Well,
what he does every year.
exactly.
He spends his whole damn week there at the Camp Out.
Absolutely,
helping
yeah.
out.
Well, I mean, I was blown away by, again, how, I did a break the day before with all the volunteers, a couple of breaks out in the parking lot with those guys who also take, and gals who take a week off, and they've all become friends by virtue of this thing bringing them together, so they get together at other times of the year as well. Much like, friendships form around bands and people who see each other at concerts and stuff like that. But those volunteers that take off, a week, and some of them 15, 16 years have been, volunteering. It's pretty amazing.
I think
It's
we
great stuff.
are able to open up more next year, coupled with all the new things that we've put in as mechanisms. And I think we're going to have a super stratospheric, result next year. We're thrilled with what when things are bad for a lot of people. To have this happen this way back-to-back years is astonishing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, shall we do the letter of the
Yes.
day? All right, here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by the letter.
A is in autumn.
Oh, okay. So 2 letters in, and we have 3 more to go. Giving away a South Philly concert pass. You can spend September in South Philly with a pair of tickets to see Red Hot Chili Peppers with the Strokes and Thundercat on Saturday, September 3rd at Citizens Bank Park, and a pair of tickets for the Killers, Imploding the Mirage Tour with special guest Johnny Marr, and that's on September 27th at the Wells Fargo Center. Complete details for both shows available at WMMR.com. Before we find out what you got going on today, Pierre, we have to award a winner for Tattoosday. We took texts all morning long. We have a winner, and it is Jason Rorvik of Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Jason is going to get some Preston and Steve Inc. courtesy of Floating World Tattoo and Piercing. Giving him a $350 gift certificate. And Floating World Tattoo and Piercing is located at 1729 South Street in Philadelphia. We highly recommend you check out their work because you're going to want to go there. For samples, visit floatingworldtattoos.com or check them out on Instagram at Floating World Tattoos. I would like to thank our sponsors. Oh, wait, what's coming up on your show today? Sorry, sir.
No, it's all good. You hate me. You too.
No such thing.
No, these friends of mine in a band used to do that with each other. You hate me. No, you hate me. You've always hated me. You've always... U2, The Clash, 3 Doors Down, and the Workforce Blocks.
Oh, shall be very enjoyable. Thank you, sir. All right, and I will continue to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by Dunkin', the official coffee of the Preston and Steve Show. Also, Acme. You can download the Acme app to see your all new deals, rewards, and perks today. Visit acmemarkets.com for details. Tomorrow on the program, Wednesday, we do Fox Good Day. Comedian Sebastian Maniscalco getting in touch, and comedian Paula Poundstone will be on. So that's going to be a really good time, and we hope that you choose to join us. That's it. We are done. Our rage on, and we will see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.